And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mad King. Last time we left our party, they have just now gotten into their new bar. You guys sent Tommy away, though. You got Johnny, and that's it.
Yeah. Fucking coward.
Sure. Mark ran off into the woods. Rolling duck. 15.
He was a kid.
One on duck. I'm gonna roll a nat 20 next roll.
I know.
The duck luck.
You guys have awakened this fine new morning, knowing just about nothing about this town because you guys snuck in late yesterday and have not left your bar. On the way in, though, you did see that one mysterious dude with the really nice teeth and the black cloak. You chased him down and collected a cloak off of the ground that you think could have been his.
Yeah, it was stapled.
It was stapled to the ground, yeah. Stapled to the baseboard of the building it was next to.
Yep.
Very odd. As you guys see, I've drawn out your bar for you. Here's the general layout. It was set up as this kind of like breakfast nook style place where it has a temporary wall set up, dividing the main room into two. There is a bar style bar countertop right there with some shelves on a temporary wall behind it. A small doorway that leads into the main room. There were a couple little breakfast tables kind of sat out through there, and then back here there are gambling tables. You could very much assume that this was an illegal gambling hall before you guys came in. They are all covered in plastic though, and tucked away, covered in dust. You do have a garage, very handy. You can keep your cart in there, but a horse would have to stay at the stables. And as Johnny would tell you in the morning, he's going to go on ahead and take the horse back into town, and he'll be back in a good couple of days with possibly some more supplies. You guys do have some general outfits on the cart, some kegs of very poor quality ale to potentially start up a business, some dried and kept foods either for yourself or to sell, but not necessarily like a restaurant quality meat because those would not keep over the course of your travel. Other things, rope, there were some arrows hidden away inside, some general arms, just very basic stuff. Lots of adventuring gear, rope pittons, all the fun stuff.
That's a staircase in the front there, right? That leads up to the...
Yeah, just a little porch here that you have to your front door. This is the staircase that goes up to the second story.
Okay.
There is like a little Harry Potter closet door that hangs out there. You have a root cellar, an above ground kind of root cellar where you can put chilling things inside there. Ice is kind of was what most people buy, but you have some magical folk amongst you, so maybe you can find some way to negate that rather expensive nicety. And then there's a little stove range.
What's in the Harry Potter closet?
Roll perception.
Some inspiration there. 17, 26.
26. Just enough to notice the small trap door hidden in the empty closet.
Oh.
Sacred time. I obviously go down it. Yep.
Yeah, you open it up and it drops down into this little side area. And it does not extend out from your building. It is centered just underneath the kind of kitchen area. And inside, there are a couple of barrels and a large distillery setup.
Fuck yeah.
As well as a little work table here. And all the barrels are empty, the crates are empty. However, on the little work table there is a thick book, leather bound, covered in dust.
Brush that fucking shit off?
What
does it say?
It says, The Brew Brothers Guide to the Brew Queen's Brews.
Oh, shit! And we're just so I know!
You hear like a rapid pattering as he runs back up the stairs to this huge book and just fucking...
Yeah.
Guys!
Yeah, it is thick. You slap that down up top, getting excited.
I think we can... You know, you're wanting to go places with the booze. I think we can just make it here. I'm pretty good around a distillery myself.
That That is a 26 on professional bartender. As I flip through the book.
All of this means absolutely nothing to you.
Fuck.
This has nothing to do with mixing pre-made alcohols. This is the process of making alcohol. Professional brewer is what you would need.
Well, I tried.
Looks like you'll need to add another profession there.
At some point, every now and then on some of the pages you catch and this'll have an airy aroma to it that'll hint at this or mix well with that. And that's stuff that you totally get. But it's woefully unhelpful in actually interpreting what this book is trying to say.
With the knowledge arcana, do I see any of the magical properties? That's a 29.
There are no magical properties of the book.
I mean, of the recipes.
You don't need a knowledge arcana for that. It explains them all. You speak Dwarvish?
Sure don't.
Oh, then you can't read anything on this book.
Hey, Oozle does.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
I don't.
Oh, you couldn't read any of this book either?
Nice.
Damn the dwarves. I have to talk to the unlearned one.
You guys want me to read this book?
You can read?
Alright, keep it up. I'm pretty sure I have one of the highest intelligence in the party, actually.
So, I'm a plus one over here.
Get the fuck out of here. So with me reading the book, do I find I don't know, a recipe for the special shit that she was making before?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
So, yeah, there's a wonderful table of contents, and it's just divvied out as to what. There's two different page setups on it. One is to flavor, and the other is to magical effect.
Okay. I'll relay that information.
And so for the specific one, the healing draft that you're looking for, there's actually 3 or 4 different recipes, each with a different flavor but the same magical effect in this book. Yeah.
Well, I've been known to make a special arms and stuff with the magics. I could probably try to brew something up with this as well. And you just translate the recipes.
I got them.
We request coconut cherry.
Coconut cherry. I can do artificial coconut cherry. We need a boat to the islands to get actual coconuts.
It'll do.
Well, you didn't lose your boat in a bet, so
It's close.
you still have
a lot
it.
more than a boat.
It's a lot more than a boat.
Is it just kind of given knowledge that gambling's illegal here?
Sort of. There is gambling allowed in Bronze Shire.
Permit-based system.
It's a permit base, and you don't know too terribly much beyond that. You're not sure how hard the permits would get, or what your bar specifically would have to do with any of that.
How many tables do we have for gambling?
You have what would it be 1 roulette wheel. You have
23.
1 large craps table. And you have maybe 2-3 blackjack tables, and possibly another 2 to 3 just kind of general card tables.
So we call it 30 square feet,
Yeah.
give or take.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So how's about?
It would just about pack the area that you have.
Gotcha. Hear me out, dudes. We pry up the boards in this main room, and we lower half of our gambling tables down to the basement. And then we just fucking rip up the rest and use them for firewood or something. That way we keep the gambling, we expand that main room so that the bar is bigger, and then we can keep the gambling downstairs out of sight.
Your downstairs area is very limited on space.
Good. Yeah, I mean that's why I asked. Yeah, I see it's pretty small.
You could set up a single blackjack table comfortably and seat the people at it.
Yeah, 'cause see.
And you'd have to move out the brewing equipment.
Yeah, I think that needs to stay in there.
Brewing equipment can go to my office. I'm not using most of it.
Yeah, where's the office in this?
Upstairs. So the second story, I didn't draw it out because it's literally just a long stretch of bunk beds, 2 sides.
Gotcha.
Per hallway kind of down the middle, and then the back end of it, this end over the garage, is its own room.
Gotcha.
So I see what you're going for.
Can I label things?
Absolutely.
Sorry, so this is like where the garage.
That's the garage, yeah, and that just has a simple dirt floor.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't be too suitable as a stable for any, real amount of time.
Okay.
There's only 1 door that goes in and out of it. It's relatively thin, especially if you have your cart in there or any other kind of supplies. You'd have to get hay for the floor, and horses are filthy.
Yes.
I mean, we could try to
And
expand
it is
the
just
basement.
attached to your bar.
That's what I was about to suggest. Is you can wild shape into your
That's what I was
badger.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and then like just like dig a hole down here and make like underneath over here a nice little like gambling den.
What would you do with the dirt?
Sell it.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna need dirt.
Fill dirt for sale.
Free filter.
As
You
somebody
carry.
who regularly works with that, you'd be surprised how little people are looking to buy fill dirt.
I
What
can
about
start a
the
garden
given
outside.
Yes, we make a garden out here.
So your guys' property ends on both of these sides. There's a small alley that is city property to the next building. You do own this, little 10-foot space between your porch and your actual building. This is all very well trampled, and nothing was done with the dirt here. You could till it up and plant, however, you are on the main street of town. Garden vegetables and stuff are probably going to get grifted.
Yeah, we could just do something
Flowers
nice.
could persist very nicely, depending on what kind of bar you
A
guys run.
shrubbery.
I demand
I'm sure that
Because
in this
flower beds are a premium place for drunkards to pass out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cacti.
We do.
There you go. You get plant cactus. It's got defensive properties too.
I mean, I would imagine that like in this brew book where it's talking about like ingredients and everything, would there be any like ingredients that we could grow outside?
Now you're thinking.
As you're looking through, yeah, it does seem like there is a blend of ingredients that names you would at least know are real names that you would kind of recognize. Like, oh yeah, that's a plant that I heard of once. There's a lot of these things that are ingredients, and you're just like, what kind of mushroom is that? Whose are these? There's a lot of Underdark ingredients and a lot of magical ingredients.
Hey, good
so as
thing
far
Benny's
as-
setting up a connection to the Underdark again.
Do we need Underdark ingredients in order to make this healing draft?
Yes, absolutely.
Um,
You need it on 3 prongs. You need above world components. As far as this book is concerned, there are no straight Underdark brews like the Brew Queen does. This is whoever this Russell guy is. He has somehow met the Brew Queen, learned from her, and taken her stuff and melded it with above ground brewing for magical means.
okay.
But there is still it's a relatively light reliance on Underdark stuff, very heavy reliance on arcane plants and pieces, and then a lot of just mundane stuff for the actual flavor and actual brewing of it.
Gotcha.
So this is like the kitchen area?
This was where they had the table set up for the breakfast nook. So you come in from the
Okay.
front door, the
Mhm.
walls off from the gambling hall, little breakfast area. This was the official business. Your cooking area is back here with your stove and your cellar, your storage, your cold storage. And that just open airs into the gambling hall. They didn't have any other kind of temporary walls set up there or anything. But looking through, there is a structural beam right at the kind of connecting point of the bar and these couple temporary walls. But both of these, and of course, the bar itself are non-structural. There's a large support beam on this side as well as one just over by the far door, over by the garage. But any of that wall could be then tampered with as well, so long as those beams persist.
What if we take the wall that's there, leave the beam, move that wall back like 15 feet, or 20, and then instead of having the bar
Right at the front.
reoriented,
Yeah.
just like 90 degrees so that the bar faces the open room, and then boom,
Nice.
it expands your nook and bar, gives us some more room for clientele, which means more money if we can start to fill up the house.
That makes more sense, I think. Like, maybe if there was... So, you're saying put the bar, like, over here, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have where you would be cooking and everything, too.
Yeah,
You
we
could
just
kind of
make a
wall
wall
that
across.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then leave the rest open for whatever.
Yeah.
I like that idea. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
I think that sounds good.
What about access to your garage or stairwell?
Put up an employees only sign.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys would have the wall sitting there.
Yeah, because that wall will come across right where the stairwell is.
Sure.
So we could just, we'll just be like, yep, don't, no, employees only beyond this point.
All right.
Prosecutors will be stabbed, and then they will be stabbed again.
In order to do that, you're of course going to have to either find ways for yourselves to remodel. Who's a carpenter?
Not me.
What are you talking about? You can warp wood, right?
I can warp wood.
There you go.
You're as much
Carpenter.
warping wood and carpentry.
If anything, it's just taking out the middleman.
So you guys might have to go find, a remodeling or construction company to do this work for you guys.
Okay.
And of course, have the funds ready to do so.
Well, we can get a quote at least for right now.
Yeah, it is a fresh day. You are upon the town. You may go about business. What does everybody kind of want to start doing? Of course, you guys got to settle in before you can start intelligence gathering for Bloodfist or going about personal missions or, even really figuring out what's going on, so.
Well, first, we should load the cart and get all the less savory items put up in the captain's nest.
Put it in the office,
He
because there's
claimed
no
the
other room.
office. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get all your, get some bows and arrows and all that fun little jazz. And stuff it upstairs.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
It's over.
Bananakin.
Easily one of my favorite memes. Fucking banana can kills me.
Yeah, we'll move all that shit out, and then we've got to figure out what the fuck this town's all about. We know that we can't have magic items, and we know that, we've got, it's very bureaucratic, it seems, with the permits for stuff to do things.
It seems, much better regulated than the slums of Not Quite Bronze.
Yeah.
So this is Mad King Land, so
Yes.
I'm gonna assume that there's not a lot of like full orcs walking around.
You could probably assume there's 0 full orcs. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing a huntress isn't going to be too welcomed either.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So
Yeah, you can
Keep that
just
on the DL.
you can just take off your fucking
I'm
cloak
probably
and
like
be
the
fine.
only black chick in this area. Though.
Wait, you're
Maybe the only
black?
black chick.
Wait,
Well, she's
what?
Mayan from South America.
Yeah.
She's pretty fair.
Yeah, I
to be
guess.
Black.
I guess.
From the deep jungles, yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily black, very brown.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I learned something today.
Maybe you haven't
Shit,
seen
you're
anybody
black.
else. Mark lives here though. Now Mark's black.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay, then we're good. As long as this isn't a town of
Is this
racist white people.
Yeah. You also haven't really stepped foot outside, so you don't know how many black people there are, I suppose.
Yeah, we did come in, the dead of night, and
Yeah.
there was nobody around, really.
And just about everybody you met and talked to had, heavy cloaks on and tried not to show you their face and was, moving
Real
silently and sneaky like.
But they weren't white, pointy.
Yeah.
Can I?
They might be. We don't know.
Can I? I want to go upstairs and like peek through. Are there any windows in the upstairs? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
I wanna
a
just-
wonderful round window in the kind of main room that looks over this side here and has a view of the main street.
Bet. I want to just gander out the window.
Yeah,
Sneaky
you go
like.
open the shutters. And
Not really, because like again, I'm
just-
gonna stand out. Yeah, I'm just like
Turn the
peeking.
blinders a
Exactly,
little.
Just like peeking through the blinds real quick, just seeing
Yeah.
like the general demographic, I guess, just to see if like it's even possible for me to walk around out here without like getting murked. That's gonna be 18.
Yeah, looking out, there's the normal hustle and bustle of the town going on. Lots of folk moving up and down the main street with different goods, empty bags, full bags of little carts and stuff moving around. You see some guards every now and then in the Mad King green tabards with either spears or a sheathed short sword and small shield. Human, like 99%. You see a halfling
That's not what I need.
As things go by,
I need
as
the
folk
opposite.
go
I
by.
need to be going up.
You're not even sure.
And
You're a child.
the only thing that really gives it away is it's like toddlers don't have goatees, you know, and so you're like, I'm pretty sure that was a halfling. And as far as like skin colors go, you see a very wide representation here. Actually, almost predominantly dark skin because you guys are still relatively close to equatorial, relatively more tropical areas.
Perfect.
Think climate closer to northern Mexico.
Anybody have weapons?
Uh,
It's common.
the guards have weapons. You see no other person pass by armed besides someone in the Green Tavern.
Putting my shit in my bunk then.
Yeah.
We're leaving unarmed.
Are we?
You do see a lot of walking sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. I do.
I probably should leave my
And
bending straw.
you see the normal peasant belt
I think
knife,
any magic item needs to stay here.
small things like that going
But it's not
here and
gonna
there.
realize that's a magic item. They're just gonna be like, wow, that straw is so charming.
Well, they've got
Seriously. Except the roll is only a +2 with the bendy straw because I got nothing else.
That's quite charming.
Yeah.
We can buff that up. Just give me some time, okay? I gotta get more ranks in my magic arms and armor.
Seriously, like next level, I'll get at least 1 point in charisma.
You don't need it.
Yeah, I just stroll
Just-
out the
just
door.
Are there any
You're so
like,
charming as is.
are there any like thick cloaks in this bar or in the
I
cart?
have
Yeah.
a cloak.
Yeah, there's plenty of cloaks.
Yeah,
There's some
that'll
thieves'
fit the orcs,
tools
they-
and things like that,
I stole it from a human.
and some other kind of
Really
general
elected state
clothes that
to
fit more to
deliver.
the area. You guys all very used to walking around in either very traditional garb, very militaristic garb, very natural style clothing. Everybody here, it's very kind of like basic linens. This is not a rich city by any means.
It has a wall though, yeah.
It has sort of a wall. Of course, you guys came through a hole in the wall, and there are a lot of those. To the west side, towards the oceanic side, the wall is not complete, and it seems like there were multiple areas where it had collapsed or fallen down due to disuse, misrepair, just poor construction in the first place.
This place was built on a swamp.
As you were kind of moving around, a lot of there's a single tower besides the actual bailey, and it's on the bailey side at the base of the little hill that the bailey is built on. There's a small kind of wooden square tower. Other than that, it's a simple, single stand palisade wall with a little walkway attached to it. Every now and then there's ladders that go down to a street the guards can get up and down. The gatehouse at the front of town that you would have seen when you initially came into town is very simple. There is no tower to it, but it does have a little bit of a depth to have a 2-gatehouse system, a 2-gate gatehouse.
Okay.
So, as the only professional bartender here, I would like to set up the booze behind the bar and then go outside and do cartwheels shouting that we're open.
We need to get some alcohol though.
We brought booze! We brought
Clean the
several
entire
kegs!
place.
Itzelli has
We should
a lot of
clean this
booze,
place
and you guys
first.
do have a couple kegs of shitty ale.
Exactly.
From-
As well as
from
didn't you
Not
say
Quite
that you
Bronze.
can just make alcohol?
Yes, I can make mediocre mead and wine.
That's fine, that's better than probably
Which
the
is
shit
actually
alcohol.
better than what
Yeah.
you've been given to start this up.
But yeah, we need to clean this place first.
It is
Clean. We need to plan our remodeling.
inch thick in dust.
Because
Awesome.
we can't just announce that we're open and then be like, oh, just kidding. We've got a hold of some contractors and we're remodeling.
Yeah, but we need
See
money
you guys
for the
in 2
remodel,
weeks.
so we have to
We don't
bring
know
it.
that. We could probably pull together.
I've got a solid $200.
200 gold biddies is quite a bit, actually.
I have 499.
Oh, we good, never mind.
I
Okay.
have almost 1K.
See.
Thanks,
Why would you
Captain.
ever admit that?
I mean, no, 250.
Yeah.
Definitely just as poor as the rest of you peasants. Definitely not saving up for new paint for the ship. Like, what?
The ship needs a new paint job.
Well, okay, think about it. Okay, so like, what if you found a way? So like, if he uncorks the bottle, is that when the ship comes out?
Yes.
Or like, does he have to do
Yeah.
something special with it?
Does he
No,
have
it's
to be
an
on water?
uncorking.
Do it.
Because I was gonna
The
say that like you could just like
Pour
buy
some
a
paint in
little
there,
bit of paint
and just, like-
and then just like stick a paintbrush in there and like, paint it while it's small and you're good.
It would just stretch it out like a balloon.
You like put some water in there, put some dye in the water, and just kind of
Shake that bitch up. Exactly. Get that full coat on there. You get it?
Terrible ideas.
But like, you don't care about the boat anyways, right? And we were just talking about needing to dig a place for the gambling hall.
Well, a shitty boat's better than no boat.
Okay, but hear me out though.
It might be a shitty boat. It is technically the same size as your old boat.
We have the Badger dig a massive hole behind over here so we don't compromise structural integrity and foundation.
So behind you guys is like a
Underground.
back
Another
alley.
business.
And it only goes for maybe, 15 feet before the next building. You have no idea what sewer systems could be lined there, what
That's a problem
other
for a different
property
day.
rights and
Yeah,
other
that's
root
someone else's
cellars could
problem.
possibly be there.
Just dig with enough clearance that like we can hide the boat down there and have it be like a secret harbor, like down below ground, and then like
With-
sail that bitch out.
With
How many
the mast
years
of this
it would
thing,
take?
that would be quite a deep hole. You also have spent no time looking at the actual soil of this place and what your foundation is built on. You have no idea if this is even feasible
I
without
was
collapsing your own
The
building
only
on top
one
of
that
itself.
went down the
I'm
stairs.
assuming it's a gravel foundation.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was stone lined wall, but it was very obviously placed cobblestone
Yeah.
and then a packed dirt floor.
it's a gravel foundation. It's gonna be garbage.
So anyway, we should get the quote. At least find out if we can just do it before opening the business. This is all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that Zelly is not gonna be doing any cleaning.
Then you don't get to run the bar.
Profession bartender.
He also
Office.
Office.
You do know as well, Johnny, who is coming back, he's just returning the horse and, delivering the news that you guys made it safely and everything. He has experience as a bartender as well.
And we can feed him to a troll.
What?
You gotta find a troll first.
You released the last one.
Exactly.
Business of the day. You're gonna go out and figure about that quote,
Yeah.
and you're just asking for one long temporary wall that's gonna go like here, all the way across, like to the stove, or
Opposite. So see where the stairwell ends? One that goes across that way, just to the where the corner of the bar is now.
Okay.
So right, keep going. Right there.
A wall that goes there.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it might stop where the bar is, but we'll yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be putting there.
Okay.
And then, we'll
And then that's
turn
going to
the
be like
bar
kitchen /
this
bar.
way.
And so then the bar will sit just kind of like
Exactly.
right here.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
That'll open
And
up
that way
the whole
there's
room.
like tables for eating and then stools and shit over
Leaving
here
you guys all of this area.
for the gambling and the
Okay.
I really feel like maybe we should just nix the gambling if we're not putting it downstairs.
There is no downstairs to put it in. I offered the boat, and apparently that's a bad idea.
Just because we can't put a boat down there does
What if
not
we put
mean.
the gambling in?
Yeah,
because
see, the
there's a lot of
problem
room
with the boat
upstairs,
is the
right?
mast.
I know.
Yeah, there's a room upstairs as well.
We could just wall off part of the upstairs and put the gambling up there.
But I have a feeling that we want the beds for the recruits.
There's a surprising amount of beds up there. There's enough beds to sleep like 30 people.
Yeah, I don't think we need that many beds.
So we could half that.
Yeah.
We could build a second wall up there,
Mm-hmm.
beds in the front, gambling hall, then captain's place.
The captain's quarters.
I refuse to call it quarters or office, okay? It's
With-
not. You're not that cool.
With
The only actual
with a
business
little
owner
bit of
here.
the town that I've seen, plus like looking at the guards and like
Right.
roughly seeing how many guards are like in this
Yeah,
area.
spending a good, 20, 30
Four-
minutes
Yeah,
watching.
just observing. Can I roll
Your
profession
titles mean
night
nothing to
to
me.
see
Title
like
means
a
nothing to me
rough
either.
estimate of like how many men would I need to like take over this shit?
You among all people would know that you have nowhere near enough information for that.
Oh,
You're gonna want to go and take a look. Is everything ran out of the Bailey? Do all the guards sleep there, or is there a separate garrison hall?
mhm.
Do they have a police station somewhere in town? Are there extra guard holdings outside of the walls? Are there permanent guards housed in the gatehouse? How many people? just seeing the couple of guards that have walked up and down Main Street is not going to give you anywhere.
Makes
near
sense,
the
makes
idea.
sense.
Want to come run some errands?
How many fat people do I see outside?
Fat people.
There's
This
a
is
couple.
important. Like,
There's a couple. Yeah, some kind of higher end artisan-y looking folk. Every now and then, a couple extra pounds.
am I seeing any like peasant boys that are fat?
Why?
Just like poor people who are fat.
No.
That's not a occurring thing.
Because like I
This
have.
is an American.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
People don't eat McDonald's.
I've come
Trying to
to
get
the
a
realization that like I probably can't just be, just
You?
moseying about.
We could just say you're really ugly.
So what I was thinking was fucking rolling disguise and like disguising as
Trying to
like
like face paint up and stuff.
yeah, like a hunchback, like heavy cloak, like poor man, like so I
You
like
could probably
stoop
swing it.
down, like a foot.
I'm
And a
trained
half.
in disguise. Are you trained in disguise?
No. What is your disguise? modifier at?
It's a 9.
Oh, dog, mine's a 6. Do you want to fucking disguise
We
me?
could just make you a disguise.
Yeah, you can roll
Yeah.
to assist.
We're not doing paints though, because then we have to do it every time. Just give you a heavy cloak or something.
How
Cover that
green
mug.
are you?
Cover that mug.
I'm a pretty solid green. Like
It's not easy being green.
it ain't easy being
God.
cheesy.
So we just say that you have a
If I
skin
was green,
condition.
I would die. If I was green, I
Oh
would die.
god. Okay, so I mean, there's fucking.
Byron
I would say that it'd probably be a best idea to like add a little bit of paint and everything, at least on the face. That would be the only part that's really exposed.
It'd probably be.
Then comes the next issue. Where do we get the paint?
You have paint.
Oh, we have paint. We have a little bit of
In
paint.
with like your thieves' tools and your stealth gear cloaks and stuff like that. The Blood Fist sent you. There is
a little bit of paint.
just a couple of sets of camouflage face paint, and you can always buy more. It's not necessarily. It's kind of like a children's toy style of it,
Nice.
but shit, man, it gets the job done.
It gets the job done. It
Fuck
gets the
works.
job done. All right.
Want to make me up saucy disguise? I'll roll to assist.
Fucking, we'll try.
Oh, that's actually pretty rad.
More than 10?
Oh yeah, 24.
Yeah, you add 2 then.
Sorry, I suddenly can't math. 14 plus 18, 32, 34.
Yeah, absolutely. Very convincing disguise. It's rather uncomfortable to hunch like that, but shoot, man, it's what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to like establish like how much am I going to be standing out.
Yeah.
And like I'll like have.
And the further you get in this disguise, the more you realize like that paint was pretty needed.
And then I'm gonna assume that there's like an old broom or something with a long wooden handle around this place.
There's just like walking sticks.
Yeah, that's bad. I'll grab one of those and just act like a feeble old man. That's
Fantastic.
Just
Yeah.
portly. Very much we could do about that.
So you can now hit the town. You can hit the town so long as you throw on, not armor. And
Well,
not,
I'm a monk. I don't
Oh,
wear
yeah, that's
armor.
right.
Yeah, no armor.
Yeah.
and not kind of like huntress regalia.
Yeah, you have a lot of jewelry and shit. Right?
No armor for now. We get you a monk robe. You're gonna be set for life.
What's your plan? You don't see any gnomes around.
Yeah, there's probably not any baboons running around.
And there's most certainly there's barely even like a stray dog here there kind
That's
of.
sad. We don't like that. That makes us very sad.
However, the Mad King isn't technically at war with any gnomes as far as you know. So
Probably fine.
Oh, if anything, we could just disguise you as a halfling. It's not going to be
Call
hard.
you a child.
Yeah,
Or just call you a child.
she doesn't really like that, but
I don't like being a hunched old man, so.
I mean, if you guys are out running around or whatever, Kenosi and I can start cleaning up the area.
To start with that,
Yeah, we're
Okay.
fine. We're fine with that.
go to find a construction company, get a quote on a remodel.
Yeah.
Where are you off to?
Maybe birds of a feather stick together, Grandpa.
You want me to go with you?
Probably for the benefit of both of us that we don't split up.
It's Ellie's coming
Considering
with
that-
you guys too, because she's
Split
not.
the party!
Because like
You're just
you
going
get
with the
singled
crew.
out,
You don't
you're
have
kind of
anywhere else
fucked
you
on
wanna
your
go?
own.
Split the party!
I mean,
That's the point of the
if there's
disguise.
a good craftsman in town who can make me a backpack that carries liquids.
You would have to. You'd have to probably go out and ask around because you have no idea what's in this town at
Damn,
all.
it's almost like I lived on a watertight vessel forever and know a lot about sealing things against water.
Yeah, but you're kind of a dick, and I don't know if I want to ask you to make shit.
I have never once turned down an opportunity to make the crew something.
That's true. That is
He
true.
made Bobby a full set of armor.
So-
And look what happens! Look what happened to Bobby!
I made you armor too, shut your mouth.
They gave him an AC bonus.
I'm gonna ask you, Captain Haraway, would you please make me some sort of backpack? You know, strap it on myself.
Yeah.
It holds liquid, and can you attach my bendy straw?
Just straight to the backpack.
Yeah, exactly. Just to the end. So that way, like there's like a hose.
Why could you like a helmet?
I don't want a helmet.
As a monk, she can't wear armor.
Exactly.
It could be like, it could just be like a fucking.
It's just a
They're not real hard hats.
It's fine.
The drinking hats are not real hard hats. Not safety rated, do not take one.
They're not safety rated.
You will die.
Fuck you, Moshe!
I mean, I could try.
I would even accept a fanny pack.
We have, you know, like,
I have the bendy straw.
do you have like some treated leather on you or something, like a pouch?
No, but we're going to town. Find some.
Yeah, you pay for it. I'll put it together, I guess.
You're better than leather.
I've
What
been
kind of
told-
material are you talking about then?
I don't know. She's a vegan, she doesn't like it.
Fair.
dare you use leather?
Fair.
Just get a barrel.
Let me just glue some grass together, I guess, and call it a
You
day.
can't use glue because it's made out of horses.
Damn it!
How well did you score in underwater basket weaving?
Just because it's made underwater does not mean the basket's watertight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm not a sea captain, so how would I know that?
You could get a barrel though.
We
and
never
just-
once did underwater basket weaving as on the Pirate Isles.
What kind
Sounds
of
fun,
pirates
though.
are you?
Well, maybe the weird folk to the west did, but you never.
I don't
Like,
associate with
is it
those
like
people.
a dainty, like wealthier society.
No, that's
Yeah.
just like the hippie land.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We don't talk to them.
The land over that way is a little harder to like dock at and stuff.
Don't
The main
talk to
dock is
them.
on the south side of the island, with a smaller dock on the east side, and so all the businesses kind of wind up along that eastern front to south side.
Yeah. They don't go here. We don't talk to them.
Yeah. The far side of the island is kind of wild jungle and hippies.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's actually really fun, but you were never that kind of guy.
I don't associate with those folk, if I can help it. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, you get the materials. I'll try to put it together.
Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Wait
So-
for Hobbles McGee over here.
My thought is what I was planning on doing. You can shoot this down if you want. I was
Might.
planning on like kind of intelligence gathering as like a fucking hermit.
Yeah.
Just keeping my ears open, seeing what I can see, just like wandering around town. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, we have a perfect excuse for that. We're finding somebody who could give us materials and somebody who could do the carpeting, which means we can, wander in some interesting areas and be like, this is what we're looking
So I'm
for.
gonna go through the market
Sorry.
anyway.
I'm mostly looking for military information.
That's what I just said.
And,
That is that.
and
what?
who's giving that to you, Grandpa?
I'm observing.
So we wander into some
You'd be
areas
surprised
we're
what you can
supposed
find
to.
out by just watching and
So
listening.
we have to
then
go
they're like,
around the
why-
city anyway. We may as well just go
Yeah.
together.
My thought is all of us traveling together is just gonna draw eyes.
Well, you're
Quite
6
an
feet
odd
even at a
crew.
hunch, so like
no, I'm stooping like a good shit.
5'10".
Yeah.
I'm about a solid 6 foot, okay? But like, I don't know.
There's no, I don't know, man.
Oozle might actually be better off hobbling around alone. Hermits don't usually travel with relatively well-dressed commoners looking for remodels. for
Exactly.
Businesses.
Okay.
All right, bye.
What
Wuzu.
to ya?
Alright, I guess I'm just gonna fucking...
Yeah, you guys head out. The main gate is south. The bailey is north.
If you get in trouble, blow something up. We'll find you.
There's also a
my God.
a farmer's market town square just north of the bar. Like, you guys can see it right over there, as well as a police station. Now that you're outside and can actually see much wider fields of view.
Okay.
Just to the north side. What direction do you guys head to look for your construction company?
Well, that's a great question. We're gonna go.
We're gonna roll perception.
We're gonna go wherever the
More information is always really nice.
Pretty good roll. That was an 18 plus 28.
You're seeing a lot of the businesses like immediately across the street and towards the farmer's market side of things. There's a lot of things like cobblers, tailors, butchers shops, fresh produce sales, different things like that. Whereas looking southwards back more towards the gate, you're starting to see more architecturally sound buildings. You can't read any of the signs at this distance though.
Well, Captain Harway, there's a tailor over there. They might have some interesting things that we can use to make leather cloth bound watertight
we just need
containers.
to score a treated leather or whatever, and that'll be watertight enough. And come on then.
Onward.
You guys just cross the street, just into the farmer's market area, and into the second building just inside. Into that tailor shop, there is a rather young woman currently behind the desk, and she looks and goes, "Oh yes, welcome to Taylor's Tailor. How may I help you?"
Yeah, he's looking for, about a square foot of treated leather.
1 square foot?
Yeah, give or take.
Treated in which manner specifically? You just want it...
Watertight, preferably.
Yeah, no problem. I can make that happen easily. And she goes over and has a little bolt of leather and kind of pulls it off and runs a knife through, cuts it nice and easy. Right, going price for that should be right around 2 silver pieces.
You gonna tip her? That's sweetie service right there.
Oh, no, it's more than fine. There's no need for...
Well, how much do you get taxed here?
Oh, tax rate is, it's set at 20%, all goods, wholesale.
Is that pretty steep for you?
It's pretty bad, but property taxes and the actual owning of the property and cost of living here is very low compared to the other cities.
Tip the lady, please.
Wow.
Please.
I also would like, could you wrap my walking stick just like in the center?
Yeah, just a leather hand wrap?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course. A little bit of glue and just give me a few minutes here. It's a boring enough day. I'll just get that done here in maybe 30 minutes or so if there's any other shopping you two need done. It would cost right around 5 copper pieces.
I hand her 2 gold.
I can't make change
Keep the change.
from that.
No, that's for you. And
Way to not raise suspicion.
and here's
Listen,
the
I'm already
deal
finely
though.
dressed. There's no.
Anybody who comes in, let them know that the bar, across the street, we're gonna be opening really soon.
The old Brew Brothers Inn?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Bar? I never understood why they called it the inn, because it was never an inn, it was just a bar, from my
Yeah, I don't
understanding.
know either. We just bought it. We didn't
In fact,
name
it
it.
wasn't even really so much of a bar. They sold, breakfast ales, but it was really more of like a lunch place.
We might change the name. Who knows?
All right. Welcome to town?
Yep.
Yeah, if you ever need anything, just go on by. Or
Yeah, I'm Grace. It's nice to meet you.
who's Taylor? Is that your husband?
Oh, it's our last name.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Yeah,
Taylor's Taylor. That's clever.
yeah. I'm Grace. He's ironically enough Tanner. And we're the Taylors. Yeah. Very, very generous of you. I'll have this wrapped. Do you want me to just deliver it to the bar when it's done, or?
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get this done here in just maybe 30-40 minutes or so. And let the glue set. Is there anything else you two need?
No, I think we're up for now. It's we'll come back right.
Have a wonderful rest of your day, and welcome to Bronze. Where are you guys from?
around here and there. Just kind of travel a little bit before we decide to settle down, get a business.
We want
Yeah.
a business.
Yeah, you bringing some more business to town will be nice. The festival's coming up here in a month or so, and that always brings plenty of goods we've already put in for our booth over there. You guys might want to get on that if you plan on being open and operational. I assume you already got your business license, but if you want, a stand somewhere to distribute alcohol or whatever at the festival itself, at the jousting tournament especially, you got to get on.
Uzo just breaks his head through the wall. Jousting tournament?
You gotta find a horse, bro.
He is a horse.
Exactly, I'll ride myself. I'll just run down that horse.
You have to do the
tackles
proper
the
paperwork.
horse.
It could take a little while. Jeffrey's known very well for collecting taxes, but not so much with filing paperwork.
And he's the guy who runs things around here.
Yeah, he calls himself the Baron, right? But there's technically not a title. He's just a local government official during wartime. Normally a magister would kind of take responsibility and take holding, but the Rhino is out doing National Guard things or whatever for the past 20 years.
Oh, right. Him and the Rhino.
Competent
Then.
leadership. Excellent.
Well, we'll get the papers put in if we decide to go for it. Thanks for the heads up.
Of course. Have a great day.
Yeah, you as well. Dip.
What direction do you head? North, south? Do you go through back alleys? You've kind of got the residential area behind you where you came through from the Thieves Guild. Just to your north and then to the east is where the farmer's market is. There's lots of buildings lining that area. And then you're on the main road north and south, north to the Bailey, south to the main gate.
Which direction is the nearest, which direction do I need to head to get to the wall?
You could head any direction to get to the wall because you're in the middle.
Oh, I'm smack dab in the middle, okay.
You're pretty much right in the middle of town.
Okay.
Technically, the inner Bailey wall is closer because the Bailey on its big mound is within normal city bounds, and then there's a separate wall that closes even that off from the inside of town.
Okay. We're on a main road right now.
You are on the main road as far as you know.
So
technically, you're closer to the main gatehouse to the south.
Okay. So horses and everything would be traveling.
Yeah, it's
regularly.
just wide enough that carts can make it both ways with a pedestrian, kind of shoulder to shoulder.
So
generally speaking, though, there's not a lot of carts that make their way through here. Every now and then, small hand carts.
Before I set out, can I rub some horse shit on me?
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, you can find that.
Bet. And then I'll hobble my way towards, I guess, the main gatehouse.
Southwards?
Yeah. That's away from the Bailey, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll hobble my way over there, just keeping my head down with the whole, sorry, sir, as I'm going.
People are shrugging to the other side of the road, turning their nose up, even though the whole town smells like horse shit, it's...
I am the horse shit.
Yeah, it's just you specifically then.
Yeah, I will make my way towards the main gatehouse, and for the first little bit of time, I'm not really trying to talk to anybody. I'm just, observing, wall structure, how, there's, roughly how many guards do I see?
Yeah.
What opposition am I going to be running into if shit pops off?
Give you an appropriate roll.
I'll roll my profession knight. That's not super great. That's only a 16.
Just kind of the general things. You spend a little bit of time down around the gate. The gates are not iron. They are heavy wooden doors, and you can see large timbers sat next to them to then brace both of them.
How easily can that be burned?
They seem to have some kind of treatment on them.
Okay.
How well that is actually against burning, you're not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, when you're looking at the more normal side of the wall, it seems like if they were treated, it was a long time ago. Okay. The structure of the wall is complete, if not necessarily sound. You don't know how deep those logs go into it, but just setting, straight up timbers next to each other is never the best, strongest way to build a wall.
Wait, this is just a complete wooden wall?
Yes, absolutely. It's a wooden palisade.
Okay, and that wooden wall, is it just wood going all the way around it?
It's a single wooden timber, and then up on top there is a plankway for archers and general guards to kind of move around the top of the wall.
Okay.
And at the gatehouse does have wooden buildings built right up against the wall that are reinforced with some stone kind of laid around the base of them. You're not sure what the guards do inside there, but you see every now and then a guard come in and out, and that goes just outside of the gatehouse itself.
Based off of how these guards are walking and just, carrying themselves, can I get, like, a rough estimate of, like, how trained they are? Like, do they look like...
With a 16, they look more trained than what you fought before, but they're not,
They're not like professional soldiers, or I guess they're
every now and then there's one that does come across as a more professional soldier guy, and in fact, one guy kind of catches your eye as he's standing looking inwards to the city at the gate. They keep right around 10 guards at the gatehouse, and then there's a couple archers or top guards on the wall that mosey through, every 5-15 minutes. But there's one guy standing there, and he is standing very confidently, very strongly. And he's looking at people, and he is just smiling with this bright, brilliant white teeth. Very friendly-looking fellow, looks extremely competent.
Based off of the description of Jeff that I got from the Thieves Guild, can I determine if that's him or not?
Absolutely not. This is in no way Jeff.
And, so the walls that surround Bronze Shire before we get to like the walls of the Bailey,
Yes.
those walls are all wood, yes?
Yes, and the Bailey walls are wood too.
Bailey walls are
Yes,
wood too?
it's all wood.
Okay.
As you travel to the Bailey, you'll get more information of that specific, of what the Bailey is.
Okay.
But from everything you've seen of all these walls, they are all timber.
Okay.
Better spells.
You can set a thatch on fire with spark.
Okay.
The smiling guard starts kind of walking your way rather casually. Seems to be kind of waving at folk every now and then.
Okay, then I'm a dip. I'm head out.
Yeah, as you start kind of hobbling, he goes, "Oh, good sir, hold on a minute, please."
That's sus that you just kind of turned and left when you saw him.
All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, he goes over and he says, "I know this might be a little rude." He has these piercing green eyes, brilliant white teeth, very wonderful smile to him. If you're looking for somewhere to clean up, mayhaps, there are public wash stations, both male and female, just outside towards the eastern end, just past the fairgrounds. It's totally free. Anybody's allowed to go over. It's just a little diversion from the river. The flow is rather good this year, as we're going to hit high water here in maybe another month or two. I don't know if you're a permanent resident or if you're just moving through, but it's always nice to know where to get clean.
Yeah, so like with my head down, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, thank you kindly, sir. I appreciate it. I'm just traveling about, and I'm gonna go to try to touch him and shake his hand, and just thank you kindly.
Yeah,
you're so nice.
Oh yeah, of course. And he kind of leans his spear very professionally against himself, and he goes for this kind of two-handed clasp, like he's expecting to clasp an old man's hands.
Bet. And then I'll just thank you. Where did you say those are?
Yes, and he kind of turns and gives a little point and everything. He points you eastward and gives you a little bit better description exactly how to get to those. And my name's Roy, by the way. All the guards around here know me. If you need anything further, I know some of the guards can be kind of rough guys and a little hard to talk to anybody, really. I hope that if anybody's being rough on you, you send them my way.
Oh, of course. They're just doing their job. Thank you, young man. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Have a wonderful time.
You too. Yeah, I'll hobble away.
I
Yeah.
don't trust this bitch. Don't trust him.
He gives you another, gleaming smile and just kind of waves. He is very muscular.
I'll challenge that man to an arm wrestle at some point.
Jousting.
Jousting?
Perhaps jousting. You have to find a horse first.
Again, I am the horse. I'm just gonna joust and just tackle their fucking horse.
You guys, second location. You guys have just headed out. You're in the farmer's market right now. It's starting to bustle as mid-morning's beginning to hit. Where to? You guys looking for construction places at this point? Or is there any other shopping that Itzel's going to drag you along to?
I was gonna try. So with a solid 13 perception, do I see any shops selling chocolates?
Chocolate? Absolutely not. There is a sweets shop, sort of. There's like a stall.
Go.
They have some simple peppermints. There's a lot of honey-based little treats.
Place sucks. Let's go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, they do not
For luxury.
cannot grow chocolate here.
Yeah, but
They're not
maybe
trading.
And they are
gods
at war
dicks.
with the people who are the only ones who trade
I know,
chocolate.
but I was hoping.
Yeah.
They raid us and shit, maybe.
They do not rage.
Bold of
They
you to
don't.
assume.
No, they stay at the wall to the Fey
True,
Woods. They
yeah.
do not enter into the deep wood.
That's right.
They've tried before and
Didn't go well.
they do not get out. Yeah.
Be scary.
With a 26 perception, do I see a construction company?
Right in the immediate area, no. But as you guys kind of wander around, you wind up going southwards towards the gate, and you do see a big sign on a very nice building, Maze Construction and Remodeling.
Of course. Yeah, we'll pitter patter in there.
Yeah, you go in, and there is a short, stout man sitting behind a counter, and he goes, right then. Hello, welcome. Is there something I can do for you guys? Looking to set up, build, destroy, build again?
Yeah, how you know, we're a bit new in town, and we just bought the Brew Brothers Inn down the way. We're looking
The old Brew Brothers. Prime real estate, that.
Yeah, right on the main strip there. It's pretty good. Just looking to do a bit of spot of remodeling, like knock a couple walls down, put new ones up.
Rebuild.
Yep.
Well, most fantastic. What time were you? What kind of schedule were you guys looking at to get this done?
It's not too much work, so he's hoping for maybe about a week.
In about a week, I could free up a crew for that. Most of my remodel crews are out on different jobs right now. I could extend a timeline on that if it's just a short thing that you're looking to get done. It might cost a little extra though to move some of my boys around.
Yeah, we were knocking out about 20 feet of wall, and then putting up another 20 feet, and then moving a bar.
No structural.
No, we're there's a beam in place in one of the walls. We're just gonna leave it where it is.
Just pivot around.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Let me get a guy real quick, and he calls back, and a young apprentice comes out. You mind taking him down to the place and just letting him take some measurements, show him what you're talking about, kind of deal?
Yeah, of course.
All right. When he comes back, we'll get a quote for you guys.
Yeah, he says perfect. Come on, lad.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, very stocky, lanky, young kid, maybe 16. You guys make your way to the Brew Brothers. He seems very just professional, kind of down to business. Until he gets through the front door and he goes, "Is that a monkey?" And Kenosi's just like sitting on the bar juggling.
There are 2 monkeys.
Oh, you've also.
2 baboons.
So you guys have. Do they bite?
One of them does. With certainty, one of them does.
Is it the juggling one or the one that's staring at me right now? Because the juggling's kind of cool, man.
How old is this kid?
He's like 16.
Oh, a little out of Kenosi's friendly range, probably then. The juggling one's probably your best bet.
Can I pet them? Or is that?
I would just
like
wait for it to approach you. I think is the best way to go about it.
He just holds out his hand like he would to a dog, and Kenosi's just sitting there
What the fuck are you doing?
He looks back at you and he's like,
Yeah, she starts running over.
What are you? And then, as you start running, the kid's like, oh, wait.
And there's the one that'll bite you.
The one that'll bite you.
He hides behind you.
This baboon just has like an odd green tuft on it.
Yeah.
He goes, could you, I don't know, could you like maybe put him upstairs or something so I could get
Start
the
screeching.
measurement?
I don't think they're gonna go upstairs. Just tip. Don't mention circuses. They get real upset about.
What are you
circuses.
talking about? Why would I ever mention? Now you've got it on my mind.
Now I want to know the story.
I just want to get the measurements. This
If you
is.
just ignore him, they'll leave you alone. Come on.
You just said that one would bite me, man.
Just don't touch it.
Yeah, he's like on the wall shimmying, just keeping his back to it.
Stubborn as a mule, but mostly harmless.
I don't. Okay. Yeah, he goes and very slowly he takes the measurements. Do you and Kenosi harass him at all, or
No, I just shoot water at this one.
you then just cast a spell and create water? Do you have
Yes.
natural spell?
Yes.
Okay. 6 gallons of water appear, or what? 10 gallons of water.
I don't have to do all of it. Do I?
How many
just
gallons of water?
Less, like half a gallon.
Just a little squirt.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
just a little clown flower squirt.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to do that stealthily?
No.
God, here we go.
Luckily, with a nat 3, the kid does not notice
Good.
the spell casting.
Thank fuck.
And he goes, "Do you have to like register animals in the town or anything?"
I'm
My
not
mom
even
never
sure.
even let me have a dog.
I'm not sure what kind of paperwork we're gonna need yet. I've just been in town about a day, so you gotta
Oh.
stop by the head office or whatever.
Yeah, you got to go down to the Bailey, and they'll give you forms and whatever.
What all kinds of licenses are available and such?
Oh,
I have a bright idea here.
shoot, I don't know. There's all kinds of licenses, man. I try to stay as far away from government stuff as possible, though. Shoot, I already got to deal with them through all the contracting work. It's painful enough. That's why I try to stay on the remodeling side, because at least that way, it's just the taxes handled by the boss. I don't have to do any actual government jobs. Because
Right
be
on.
damned, they're not paying to remodel the walls anytime soon.
Fair enough, little dude. I say, even though he's probably like a full foot and a
He's-
half, 2 feet taller than I am.
He is much more than 2 feet taller than you are. Yeah, he's tall. He's like 5'9".
Beautiful. Yeah, that's 2 feet 7 inches.
Yeah, and yeah, he gets the measurements, takes you two back to the main office, and you guys are quoted for that with the moving up and rotating of a crew early, 200 gold
Were
pieces.
you gonna ask them about building a wall up in the top floor, or do we not want to do that to section off something for gambling?
We should wait on the whole gambling bit until
Alright.
we actually have a business set in stone.
Fair.
Because it would be kind of odd if before the business is even like had a couple of
There's
opening
just
nights, if there's people
Tons
just
of people coming in and out. Sus.
So we can put a pin in that for now. We can move everything upstairs and then just wait to build the wall.
Yeah, that wouldn't be hard. So yeah, 200 gold pieces is the quote for getting this done within a week.
Easy peasy.
He goes, great. When do you? We should start like tomorrow. Is that good?
Yeah, that'll work. I'll put the animals in the garage or something.
Start screeching again.
Did you
From
follow
down
them?
the street?
Oh, you're down straight. Never
Yeah,
mind.
they had to go
Yeah.
back to the main office because it was just an assessor that they had taken, an apprentice. He goes, yeah, okay, I'll have a crew in the morning, leave the doors unlocked, preferably if one of you's there, to make sure, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Pleasure doing business with you guys. Look forward to seeing you on the morrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't. I'll be here and work at the main office, but
Come on by for a drink whenever we're all set up, and we'll have a couple in the house.
you're gonna keep it a bar or whatever.
Yeah.
Not like a lunch thing. It used to be a lunch thing, which was really odd because they said in, but they never
Yeah,
let anybody.
there's not much profit in just lunch things, is there?
Well, they did all right. Like, don't get me wrong, the food was phenomenal from my understanding. My dad talked about it for ages. But then, the war got a little more heated up in the north and stuff, and dwarves just had to move out. So
Yeah, we're coming there.
I think there's a
to-
couple
to
now in town just on permit.
To a bar, then there we got some brews that are out of this world, supernatural, you might say.
Huh. Well, you guys talk a big game. We'll see how it is when you open up.
All right then.
I happened to notice as we were coming in that your place is called Maze.
I'm over here like
Yeah.
full incognito, and then there's y'all just dropping
May
hints.
is just the month.
Using magic.
Yeah, it's just the business decided name. I'm not even the CEO. I'm just the office guy. We don't actually see him around too terribly often. He usually takes trips to Iron Shire and stuff and does other business deals. Is a franchise branch.
Understood. Disappointed.
Let's we'll go pick up your.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry you can't meet Mr. May himself, I guess.
Me too. Alright.
We gotta go pick up your walking stick. Let's go.
See you guys tomorrow. Yeah, you guys head out. What else are you up to? You headed away from the gate?
Can
Where are
I take
you
a peek
going?
at that map?
Yeah.
Just so I can like actually see where it is. That
And for those on the stream, hopefully by next week I will have the map of Bronze Shire resized for the Be Right Back
so
slideshow to put on.
7, I'm gonna assume, is the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you are right there.
I'm right here. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That is the farmer's market hanging around there, the police station, Taylor's Tailor, May's Construction, the gatehouse, the Bailey.
Oh wait, so I was at the gatehouse,
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
were
down
at
here.
the gatehouse, you were down there at the south.
Okay.
Good couple roads that go out around the place, this, that, and the other. When you're down there as well, you do see that there is also a main street that goes along that eastward side.
Okay. And 2 is the Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to scope out the outer perimeter before I start looking at the Bailey.
You want to like go out of town and walk around out on the street?
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah.
deal.
Like sticking like as far like to like the sides of the road as I can, just being as like.
You're gonna make a full circle, but it'll matter just on the order of which I bring things up. Do you head east or west? That guard is kind of watching you, and eastwardly is the direction of the bathing facility.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's where I was gonna be heading. I'm gonna head towards like the direction where he pointed.
Yeah.
And then just like once I like break line of sight, I'll like continue my reconnaissance.
Fantastic. Yeah. So you head out just right around that area. It doesn't take too terribly long walking down to see the fairgrounds that he's talking about. Very large open field area. There's a couple of bleachers kind of haphazardly set up, and a dirt hill with just some kind of wooden planks put into it to act as bleachers as well. A well-worn, not very well-maintained track for races and jousting as well put there. Some small fences and stuff for different gated areas.
So I've reached the fairgrounds right now, right?
Yeah. Nothing too terribly of note until you kind of start reaching that halfway point.
Do I see any fellow poor people around here?
Absolutely, yeah.
Bet.
As a matter of fact, as you get into there, you're noticing that eastward side, outside of town, that's very slummy kind of area. Lots of very small single hut holdings, small gardens, small farmlands. It is the poor property value.
Okay.
You could assume because eastwardly is where the city would be attacked from, because all of the town's enemies are the barbarians to the east.
And by barbarians, are they talking about?
Your mom's side of the family.
Got it.
Yeah.
So with that information, is like the walls on this side like more fortified?
They're much better kept. Looks like some of that, fire retardant lacquer is newer, is a little fresher on that side. There are a lot more guards that hang out on that side of it. And as you get up towards the Bailey, they do have that one wooden tower set up right at that kind of T-junction, where the Bailey wall specific cuts it out from Bronze Shire proper.
Okay. I want to ask. So, am I correct in? So, like, is there like a joust that's going to be going on here soon?
Yeah, in about a month, maybe 2.
Would there be?
Is the spring festival?
Would there be
Summer
like
festival
postings
like this.
about it and everything?
Yep, there's some little posters around and stuff. It's very hyped up.
Okay. I want to ask my fellow poor people just like general information about the joust, like what kinds of people come here, or do you have a lot of like foreigners come here for this, or is it just like primarily just like
diplomacy?
Yeah.
Who are they rooting for? That matters.
That's not good. That's an @1. So I'm just gonna take that as a solid.
You stink too bad.
Yeah, you stink too bad. Nobody wants to talk to you.
Fair enough. Okay. While I'm at this fairgrounds, do I see any people like training for said joust or?
No.
Okay.
No. You do see, some general laborer going around, and he's starting to trim back some of the weeds and stuff like that. There's some general repairs going on to some of the bleachers and some of the fence line that's fallen apart. But, people in this town, they don't go to the gym and work out kind of thing. They're much more focused on getting fed.
Okay. Do I see on these postings for the jousting tournament, am I seeing like the prize money or like the awards for like the winners or anything on there?
The prizes have not been announced yet, but there is there is a register now kind of feel to it. And there are multiple events. There is the single combat, there is the archery contest, and there is the jousting contest.
And with on the like register now thing, is it just like people jotting down their names on there, or do you have to go somewhere?
No, you have to go to the Bailey Gate.
Okay.
And register with the city. There is a registration fee of 2 gold pieces, and there is the promise of prizes for first, second, and third place of each event, plus gambling for horse races and other silly little events and things that go on during spring festivals.
Okay.
It's pretty
So
classist. 2 gold pieces is pretty steep for this.
To enter into an event, yeah.
okay,
That
so
is
I
not
do
that is
see-
not price of admission. That is to enter for an event.
Okay, and on the flyers, I see that.
Only the rich people you can compete,
Feudal society.
or
Right,
people
it
who
works.
saved up their whole lives in the hopes to win.
Yes.
Or people with a very generous sponsor. Who
Okay,
just wants
so-
to see some peasant get their ass.
I've seen gladiator fights. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sponsors.
So with this with this entry fee, I can with the entry or to get into the
2 gold
event,
pieces for one event.
2 gold pieces for one
And
event.
you
Is
can
it?
only register for one event. Because the events happen
Oh.
simultaneously.
Oh.
Yeah. Over the course of a couple of days, the brackets will be whittled down simultaneously.
Okay. All right. Well.
Which isn't the best way to organize things, but this isn't the best place to have a festival.
Okay. So with that, I guess for now I'm going to leave the fairgrounds unless you would allow me to make another diplomacy check of me just hanging out there for a little longer to try to gather a little more info.
No.
Okay.
Maybe when you get towards the other side of town, you can start asking folk again.
Okay.
But around here, people are steering clear of you.
That's fine. That's the fucking point. All right. Well, then I'll just continue going around, and I won't get because I'm going along east side. So when I start getting close to the Bailey, I'll take a little detour and not approach too closely and just skip that over.
Yeah.
And,
The road
continue
goes pretty
looking
wide around the Bailey anyway.
Okay.
So.
Then I'll just follow along the other side of the road. from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Just following along the roadway will be plenty unsuspicious.
Mhm.
And still give you a good view.
So as I'm walking by, can I roll another profession night just to gander at the Bailey just
Yes,
to see what I see?
absolutely.
Oh, that's fucking way better. That's a 29.
Good, yeah. The Bailey itself is actually in very good condition. The outer wall around it isn't any better than any of the other easternly wall. You do see, though, that it is covering a rather wide area, in that there are multiple buildings inside, besides the Bailey proper up on that large cone of dirt. The Bailey proper has a stone first story and a wooden second and possibly third story to it. And you see a goodly chunk of guards, right around maybe 5 on the outer wall and maybe 5 sitting atop the Bailey itself.
Oh, I'm sorry, repeat that.
As far as guards go, maybe 5 on that outer wall and 5 in the Bailey itself. you don't have a good vantage point to be able to look in and see what the Bailey Wall
Mhm.
could possibly have, or those other buildings.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then with that, like I'm not gonna linger too much here, and I'll just keep going around the walls.
Yep, keep looping. You too.
I'm going to the Bailey. Go to the office, get some permits.
You're going to the office. Are you sticking with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just along for the ride.
Have we already gotten the permit? Because they said that because Flaming Fist dude, I forget what his name is. He said that he
Close
was setting up this bar. Did you already get the permits for it?
Came with the deed.
Okay.
Assuming.
Yeah, there is a license to sell alcohol and food. So you have a general business license. You, however, since you guys are heading straight for the Bailey, there's a knock at the door as you and Kenosi are haphazardly monkeying about.
Yes. I'm still a baboon.
Yeah.
Dope. Is there a window or something somewhere that I can look through?
Yeah, there's the shutters. There's no glass, of course,
Yeah.
but you can peek open the wooden blinds.
Okay, let's do that first.
Yeah, you peek open the wooden blinds. There is a relatively young woman, maybe 30, standing with a staff in front of your door, and she's just kind of like,
Okay. I'll tell Kenosi to kind of just like wait in the bar area behind the counter, and
I understand completely what you're saying to me. And he goes behind the bar
Yeah.
and he just ducks down.
He can watch. That's fine. I just don't want him like running up to her because we don't know her. And
She just sees these monkey eyes peering over.
Yeah. I'll go answer the door
As a
as a human, as a gnome,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you transform
as a
back and you go and
monkey.
open the door. She's just looking straight over you. She goes, "Yeah, I got." And she like looks at. I'm so sorry. I should have expected that because the other lad was with her. Your friend bought this to have a leather hand wrap on.
Oh, okay. I told her she was better than leather.
Oh.
It's already paid for. She just said to deliver it here. That one of you guys would be around. Are you another one of the? How many of you bar owners are there? You guys have a.
Oh, we're co-op.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Got just everybody going in on it at once kind of deal. That's and right as she's like, starting to get a little friendly, Kenosi just blasts from behind the bar and just throws all the little red balls into the air. And she just freaks out.
Yikes. I'm so glad that you agreed that we're
And
all
face.
in this together. You got 50 gold pieces.
She and just collapses over.
Oh,
She faints on the front
Jesus.
porch.
No.
Yeah. And
Please.
Kenosi's just
He
like,
was being friendly. That's okay, Kenosi. Good trick. Good trick.
I thought it was her birthday.
Please just close the door.
She was so excited.
Hey. He's going around, he's picking up the balls and putting them back into each other at this point.
What am I supposed to do with this woman? I can't drag her anywhere. She's bigger than me.
No, just close the door. Just close the door. You got the staff.
Kenosi, where are we putting her?
Oh boy.
A whole lot of nowhere.
Well, you see, we got a bunch of gambling tables in the other room, so,
Yeah. We're not gonna take her upstairs. Yeah, we'll just drag her in.
Yeah.
Come on, Kenosi.
passerby is just,
Yeah, just grab her. You guys like try to wait for a little bit.
Slowly inching into the
Yeah.
bar.
The boots and just
Yeah. Absolutely.
you drag her in and close the door and you just like prop
Dumps
her
her
up on
fucking
one of the
hand on the
chairs.
doorstop.
in the front or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just out cold.
Just kind of.
You got the staff?
create
Yeah, I got
water
the
on her.
staff.
You just go put it in a corner somewhere.
Just kind of slap at her cheek like, hello?
Out.
Out.
She's still out.
Solid.
Give her a whiff of booze.
I mean, we do have alcohol around.
You waste my booze, it's always gonna be pissed.
That's why I said a whiff. Just like
It's
dangling
not
under her
your booze,
nose
it's
like
for
some
the
straight
customer.
vodka. Just
Can't waste the fumes.
The booze is for the customers. You
Shoot.
have your booze on your person.
And I don't know where
This is
any
why
of
you're
these,
not the bartender.
any of my friends are.
No idea.
No
you can't drink the
idea.
product.
That's fine. I'll just let her stay there.
Just let her have her time?
Yeah, and we'll continue doing our thing.
Okay.
Just Kenosi, maybe.
Well,
Just let her wake up, and then we can make friends.
he was
okay?
like starting to approach.
Yeah, just let me talk to her first. She was a little surprised. She's never seen a creature as magnificent as you before, so.
Roll a handle animal to convince him.
Okay, that's a 24.
Fine. Yeah, he like goes upstairs and cleans up there instead.
Okay.
You guys heading towards the Bailey proper, the Bailey Gate. You guys go over. It's a much better setup, much easier kind of system. And there's a little toll booth, kind of toll booth-like system setting out front of the actual gate there. And good couple guards standing around, but he looks to be the one that, you get in line to go talk to.
How are you now?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm getting in there. You just starting shift or just ending?
Oh, it's what? 10, 11? I'm like in the middle.
Hey, that's rough. You got this, buddy. I believe in you. We've got to get some permits.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. Permits. Great. What are you looking to fill out, friend?
Well, what's available for us? We've already got a business. I've got to get something for a booth downtown. I guess there's a festival.
Oh, okay. You're looking for the fair deal. Yeah. Popular stuff it is this time
And I just
around.
wanted, why does no one have a weapon here in town?
Huh?
Why none of the, general folk walking around with a sword or nothing?
Because the guard keeps him safe.
You don't have like the adventuring folk or nothing.
Right. Inside the Bailey, if you've got an adventuring license or if you're under contract from the government, you're more than welcome to carry a weapon around. There's not a lot of folk that do that around here. In fact, I think the last person I saw with an adventuring license was, oh Christ, man, it had to be 3 years ago. Why are you looking to put up an adventuring booth?
No, you just, we might be business owners, but we're also the adventuring sort.
Ah,
And
okay.
I just don't want to be stopped and frisked,
Yeah, I mean you will if you don't get a license. I'll get you the paperwork for that too. Both of you.
We're gonna need 4 papers for the adventuring licenses. We got 2 acquaintances back up at the business.
Well, they say adventurers travel in groups or whatever, man. Right. How this one works, and yeah, he goes and he gets a little stack of papers. How the adventuring licenses work is you got to fill this out. You bring it back. You're then gonna get an audience with Jeff. He'll go over, give you a quick interview, and then decide then whether or not to issue the permit. It's not a shall issue, it's a may issue kind of deal around here. We do have reciprocity with adventuring licenses all throughout the lands of the Mad King. If you are denied here, but you feel that it is wrong, you can take it up in the court in Ironshire. That is a shall issue city, and you are much more likely to get a good appeal there than trying to talk to Jeff again. Right. As far as the booth goes, there's a couple different options. You can set up for a booth outside of the fairgrounds proper, inside the main vendors area, or what we call the prime lot. What business do you own?
The Brew Brothers, and we're just starting back up there.
Oh, yeah, keep it with the bar theme, whatever.
Yeah, we'll be serving booze.
The other couple breweries in town, they pay for the main strip kind deal. It's where most alcohol folk find success. It is the most expensive though. It's 4 gold pieces for the booth set up on the prime lot, 2 gold pieces in the main area, 1 gold piece outside of the fairground. You can fill out the paperwork and come back with payment at any time, and there is no payment required to file for an adventurer's license.
Have the other brewing companies already set up their paid for the lots for the tournament?
The main two in town have some of the little, Freeman brewers and stuff, and they don't usually bother, but that's usually because I don't think they have the funds to, I don't know, man, do it. They sell outside of the proper grounds.
Right, can you point me in the direction of the couple other brewing places, Give me
Yeah,
addresses or whatever.
Sure, man, you got a map?
Hey, no.
Would you like to purchase one for 1 silver piece?
Sure.
He goes down, he pulls out a little pamphlet of town kind of deal with a very crude map pecked onto it. What you're going to want is just south of the gatehouse, just barely to the west side of the intersection, is Melman Brewing Company. Shout out to Melman Brewing Company, my dad's favorite. Not sponsored unless. And to the north of town, just to the west side of the road, that's the Voodoo Ranger Brewing Company. Shout out to Voodoo Ranger Brewing Company. Not sponsored unless. Those are the two main players in town. Personally, I prefer Melman. I think they do a better brew. Voodoo just sells a little better.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the information, sir. I hope to see you at the tournament, and we will get these papers to you post haste.
You won't. I just work the booth here.
Oh, well, I'll bring you by a drink or something sometime. Or you can just come to the bar once they open up. Give you a couple in the house.
Yeah, we'll see if I get off anytime you guys are operating. Thanks for the offer, man. Name's Kyle, by the way.
Pleasure, Kyle. I'm Harway.
Yeah, he reaches out and gives you a little handshake. Well, skedaddle, you guys. There's a long line piling up in this room. There's nobody.
Beautiful. Yeah, we pitter patter.
Where to? Back to the bar? Do you guys have any other business around town?
I need to scheme, so back to the bar.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
They don't sell chocolates, and she has no charisma, so.
You've now headed around to the west side of town. The buildings are getting nicer. You pass a brewing company, Voodoo Ranger, on your road over. And about halfway around, you notice that the wall starts kind of falling apart. There's very obvious gaps where logs are missing. There's places where it seems like no piece of wall was even erected in the first place. There's just a little dirt berm. The guard becomes much more sparse around that area. However, there is an uptick of guards that are kind of walking freely on the road, just kind of patrolling around or hanging out, talking to locals and stuff. And as you continue down, just about to where you would have recognized in the middle of the night, where you started to go to cross into town, you come across a very large, fenced-in, beautiful field with a ton of horses running around. Some large stables, and a sign that says The Exquisite Esquitarian.
So I think I'm just gonna pass over the stables at this point because I am intelligence gathering, but I may be
You're
back.
covered in shit.
You need a mount for the joust.
They also have one-on-one combat, which is not requiring horses.
That does not require horses, yeah.
It's also in there. But okay. So nicer buildings, gaps in walls, sparse guards. Okay. I'm just gonna continue going around.
Yeah, you pass, there's a couple other businesses around. There's some very nice farms set up, much more successful farming here on this side. You pass by a large mill, Millie's Mill. And back towards the gatehouse, you pass Melman Brewing Company.
But I don't want to go. Shit. I don't want to go too close to the fucking main gatehouse because I know that that last dude saw me.
That Roy's around?
Yeah. So once I start getting within eyesight of that, I want to cut through like alleys to get back onto the main road and then head back to the bar.
Not like that. You're gonna take a fucking shower first.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, if you're
cleaned
if you're
this
getting onto
place.
the main road, regardless, you're gonna have to
Excuse
cross through the
me?
gatehouse unless you want to
Disgusting
try to
hole.
sneak through the holes in the wall.
Wait,
Because you're outside of town.
I thought I was going along the inside of the walls.
Oh, I thought you went outside. I was telling you all these things are outside. The fairgrounds are outside.
Yeah,
Oh.
you said you wanted to go outside
Yeah,
the
you said you
middle
wanted to
wall.
head out the gate. And
Okay,
go
okay,
outside.
I see what's going on.
So you followed this big main road all the way around.
Gotcha.
Maybe go take a dunk in the river.
And the wall that you were talking about on the west side is that inner wall, or the
Is the
gotcha,
proper wall of
Gotcha.
Bronze Shire.
Okay, then in that case, I will just backtrack and go back.
All the way around town again?
Yeah, just go. I'll go back, and then once I get to like towards like the Bailey, I'll like get back in and like go that way. I don't know how the walls work out there.
There's only the one gate into the city. So unless you want to illegally sneak through the holes in the wall, you're going to have to go through the main gate. But either way, you should go towards the river and take a public shower first.
Okay, I mean, fuck it. Yeah, if I have to go back through that main gatehouse, then I'll do that.
I mean, either way, you just should because you don't have like a bathtub in the bar.
Then I'll do that, taking care, like honestly, just like washing off the cloak because that's where I put all the fucking shit on.
Yeah. You head over there. It's very kind of crudely set up, but there is some heavy hedges planted around this kind of canaled in double area. There's the male area and the female area, and you know where you belong.
Bet. Yeah, I'll
Maybe
just.
He doesn't.
I'll-
Did you just assume his gender?
And whereas like the main pool is public, that is just kind of like almost like a little diverted lake that you could just go into. There are private baths that you could go in. It just costs a copper piece.
No. I'm just going to where he pointed me out, like the free, just like wash
Okay.
off the shit.
There
and
are
then-
other people washing themselves.
That's fine. I'm not gonna take off the cloak. I'm just like washing off the cloak in the shit, and then.
How does your paint handle that?
That, again, I'm just washing the cloak where I put the horse shit on, so I'm not.
So you take off the cloak and just rinse that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Keep in mind to like keep my
Keep
head
yourself
down
kind of
and, like,
out of the way.
Mhm.
You do so, easy enough. And you start heading back to the bar. You guys all just about reconvene at the same time. You head through the doors. There's a woman in a chair, passed out.
Hey, that's
It's
The
Grace.
tailor.
Grace. Yeah,
Grace Taylor. Yeah.
Grace Taylor.
What'd you do to her?
Hey, I didn't do anything. She came, brought your stick. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
And I told you were better than leather. But she
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Kenosi surprised her is all. She passed out.
Did you try to wake her up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she's fine.
It's been a good few minutes. She's breathing.
She's
You splashed
She
some water
seems
on her.
fine.
You seem pretty adept at that.
Before they do that, I'm gonna head upstairs.
Yeah, you just go.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this bitch.
You go upstairs, Kenosi's sitting there, and he's just like sitting on a bunk bed kicking his feet and just looking at the ground. He looks sad.
Can I play with Kenosi?
He would love that. Yeah.
I play with Kenosi.
Racquetball.
Yeah. Just like start like fucking just like tossing balls and shit. Just like I love this monkey.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh fuck.
As he gets into it, yeah.
Oh no.
He's a competitive monkey.
He beats me. It's gonna be a 12.
Nat 1.
You guys don't break any windows or anything, so that's good. Yeah. Kenosi starts throwing around like stuff that he shouldn't be throwing around as he gets a little worked up and excited.
Easy.
He's like, oh.
Good boy.
He's better at handling this animal than you are.
I don't try to handle him, that's the difference.
Therein lies the issue.
And the three of you are gathered around poor unconscious Grace.
We'll splash her or something.
I mean, I guess I can do that. I'll do it.
You make a little water and
Yeah.
splash her on the face, and she kind of like, oh,
How are you
Oh.
now, love? You passed out on our doorstep.
Oh gosh, I'm terribly sorry. I could have sworn that there was something startled me. It was, I don't know, some kind of animal, or I must have just.
It was incredibly hairy.
Oh, I must have just been seeing things. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
That's
you-
never happened to me before.
Where he's got like a weak heart or something. You get that looked at, perhaps.
Oh, God, I hope not. I really can't afford too many doctor's visits.
Yeah, I haven't even seen a doctor around here. We got a veterinarian, and that's best about it.
We don't have any veterinarians in town. There's
Perfect.
a doctor or two, but they're not very well classed. I might be able to get some kind of herbal remedy, and maybe that'll strengthen my
You
constitution.
know
I
what would help
suppose.
you better? Hold out flask.
Oh, so water would be fantastic. Yeah, she goes and she like goes and takes. She's like,
Dive.
what? I just regained conscious. What time is
This
it?
isn't water. This is whiskey.
It's like 2 p.m.
And
I just
You're in a bar. What did you
thank you,
expect?
but no, thank you right now. I need to. Oh God, it's like 2 o'clock.
I have to go back to
Yeah.
work.
Oh, my husband's gonna be furious. I hope nobody came in and just took what they wanted from the store. He's been out all
Only been out a
day.
couple minutes.
Oh, well,
It's
been- more than a couple minutes.
He's been-
Yeah.
Well, you know, if you've lost anything, come back by and let us know, and I'll set you straight with some coin.
That's
Happened on our property, so I feel liable.
that's mighty kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, she kind of gets up, wobbles a little bit, and leaves.
I swear to God, whatever that costs me, you guys, you owe me.
Why is this my problem?
Because you're drawing attention to us by having your fucking pet
He's not a
scare the
pet.
shit out of people. on
Take
the
it
doorstep.
back.
I'm just gonna be sipping on my You should probably take that back.
He's not a
You should have picked up. Whoever should have picked up the goods at their place of business instead of sending her here.
Actually,
We were
to do
doing
the
fine.
Right spot of business of myself. I've got some paperwork for you. I know that's a bit too civilized for you, but you're gonna have to bear with it.
You go upstairs to give it to Oozle.
Yeah.
They're throwing around like wooden mugs and bits of bedding.
Children!
And it is just
Please.
it is a horrific mess.
Yeah.
For the love
All
of
of
God.
all of the bunk beds are just tore up. The sheets from your new mattress from the room have been taken out and just strewn across the place in a crude fort-like fashion.
It's fine. It's not my.
We
mattress
should build a
anymore.
blanket fort.
I have.
That's right, yeah, you have the hammock.
I have
Yeah.
profession night. This will be the best fort ever.
Just a little tear.
The captain walks in, like I freeze and look at the captain. A mug hits me in the head. Just gets me.
And you just clunk, 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 clunk. Knossa's like,
Dad just walked in.
Knossa goes into your room and just like closes the door.
Just like walks past Oozle, hands him his paperwork, and just marches towards him. You owe me 50 gold.
For what? Did you have to pay for this piece of paper? You gotta explain what I owe you $50 for.
He's gonna get
Take your
stabbed in the
kneecaps,
knee.
bro.
Right?
He's
Let-
gonna
let's-
take your kneecaps.
Let's put it this way then. You either owe me 50 gold or you're not equal shares in the business.
Oh, it's for the business. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I want $50.
Right,
You gotta
so-
tell me what I owe you money for.
Fair.
You go into the room.
Yeah.
Knossi's just like under the desk.
Where my hammock is.
Yeah.
He loves hammocks.
He's in
Too
the
fucking
hammock.
bad.
And he's just kind of looking at me like,
You out.
he gets up,
Go clean up your mess.
he grabs a quill off of your desk and just goes to leave.
That's fine. Shuts the door. Whoa. Is there a key to this? Is there
Yeah.
a lock?
Yeah, there's a simple lock. I need a perception check from you.
Oh? What is my perception? Okay. That's gonna be a 23.
23? Okay. Excellent. You guys hanging out downstairs? Any other plans for the evening?
I've got to come back downstairs and talk about this fucking paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the plan was to start creating barrels and things. If there's wood lying about somewhere, that I can start making wine.
You could go
Plenty
buy
of,
some wood.
We got plenty of gambling tables to take apart, so we're not going to fit all of them upstairs.
Yeah, you could. You could
Some of the bunk beds too.
Yeah.
recycle
Use
some
that.
gambling hall
Yeah.
stuff or some bunk beds.
Okay, let's start doing that.
Craft one into a bath, maybe.
Make some barrels.
Make a tub.
Yeah, we can make a tub.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
really nice.
now that we are gonna make like this wall here, and then we're gonna put the gambling stuff upstairs, we can make this like a cute little like bath area.
No.
A spa.
Exactly.
We could probably put
Welcome
bath
to the
out
Brew
here.
Brothers Spawn Bar.
You act like that's
Bathing
a
in
You
liquor
don't have
doesn't mix.
like an indoor
Or it
drainage
doesn't.
system. You would have to build something that would go
Only
onto
if
the
you
gutter
want
in the
clients
back
to
Yeah, that's what I'm
Around
saying.
once.
We should put the bath in the garage.
on the dirt
Do you
floor.
know what happened in medieval bathhouses? It works perfectly in a bar.
Hard no. How are we going to explain all the water we're using?
You guys are filling out
No
your
irrigation.
paperwork.
Sure.
You come back to go downstairs and assist in the matter of that. Are you still hanging out upstairs or?
Taking lunch on
Yes,
my
I
way.
want to fill out. I want to fill out my adventurer's license, but omit my last name, but just put my first name on it.
So you put Oozle on it.
Yeah.
What names do you guys use?
Ooh.
So,
I won't use Oozle. I won't use Oozle because one of these motherfuckers knows my name.
Okay.
Come back to me and I'll come up with a new name.
All right. Yeah, it might be ill-advised to use your real names on your government form.
Well, Nvidia's in her real name anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You just slap it on.
No, I'll figure out a name for you.
Aren't you being hunted by like an entire association?
I think it's pretty safe to use it, Zelly.
Sure.
that's an exotic name.
It's pretty exotic.
True. Nobody would know it.
As you come out, you pass by Oozle, looking at his paperwork and kind of like in the beginning is going over it. Kenosi has snuck up behind him and is drawing on his back with the quill that he borrowed from you.
He just shakes his head and keeps walking.
I fucking love this monkey.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
Best
I love
boy,
this
best
monkey.
boy.
He's the best boy.
At some point, you guys all reconvene downstairs to finish out your paperwork.
I put my name on there. Nobody knows me around these parts.
Day's still relatively early.
Right, plans for friends here. We've got some business to attend to. So we've got some competitors, as it were. Two that I know of. Two bigwigs. Melman's Brewing Company and Voodoo Ranger. I've got approximate whereabouts. Has anybody seen them about? You didn't leave, so I didn't expect anything of you. Do you see where these companies are, perhaps?
The companies?
Of the other bars, you did see the.
You did see them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just let him know I passed the Millers, right?
And
start
the
with an M.
voodoo one.
Millie's Mill is
Millie's.
the mill.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
one of the bars.
Oh, it's not one?
That's not the brewing company. Melman and Voodoo Ranger were the brewing companies. One was on the far north side, overlooking kind of the Bailey area,
Okay.
and the other was right at the crossroads outside of the gatehouse on
Okay.
the south side.
Yeah, I'll just relay the information. I saw them. I fucking
Didn't pay much mind though, because
Yeah,
they're not like a.
That's
tactical
not. That's
building.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
not what I was really looking for. I guess I would have noticed like how popular they were, like how many people were like.
In the morning, there were a couple people going in and out. They seem much more to be brewers and much less an actual bar.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay.
So I've got us paperwork to get into the event as a company to sell. They've already got spots there, so I couldn't bribe them out of just saying that the plots were taken. So we need to either befriend these other companies and encourage them to give us their wealth, or intimidate them into not going,
Intimidate, you say?
or arson, I think was the third option.
Were any of these buildings like attached to the wall?
No,
No.
there are no buildings attached to the outside of the wall.
Okay.
I have a fourth option.
Well, I mean, if you fourth option.
Fourth option. See, as you all know, I'm a bartender. And
What you keep saying, yeah.
I'm going to go and get a job for one of them and offer to work their stall, and then I will do a piss poor job. We will swap out the ale that they have created that's better for this shit ale they sent us from not quite so Bronze Shire.
So I like what you're thinking, right? The issue being that
Was it very piratey? I was trying for piratey.
getting into such a situation is not a one-man operation. Running a stall like this is not going to be a one-man operation, and swapping out ales is again not going to be a one-man operation. So getting you inside is not going to help us at all.
What a fucking plan! We're gonna infiltrate them and swap the beer.
I thought it was great.
I like the way you're thinking.
You guys were sent to spy and infiltrate, not the local brewers though.
A bit improbable, I think.
You asked me for my opinion. This is what Azelli's got
Actually,
to
I
give.
didn't. I proposed 3 opinions and asked for none.
Ooh. That's harsh.
You're mean man.
Harway, more like harsh away.
It
Am I
takes
right?
such anger in such a small body.
Dynamite, small packages. You watched me hang a man from his own ship as it was going down.
I also watched you too. Not much else.
I think while you guys mill over your current options and look to end the day, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, maybe a little longer here, and hydrate. Everybody hydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
And we will be right back, right after I can get to the be right back stuff. Now. And we're back.
We accomplished nothing.
They thought zero about what they were going to do with the rest of their day, or possibly how they were going to end it.
We had many thoughts.
I
know
do
what I'm
exactly
doing.
what
I know what I'm doing.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We're going to go down the list. Uzo, what are you up to?
So I'm going to fill out my adventurer's license under the alias of Ulgan, Ulgan.
Very orcish, love it.
And then I'm going to write like a report of the like fortifications that I saw,
Yeah.
and just keep that with me for whenever the Oath of Conquest decides to get their info from me, because I would assume they know where I am.
You were supposed to go to Ironshire on that boat, though.
I'm sure they would figure it out
Eventually.
But I'll keep that with me that way, like
Yeah,
when
you're sitting there plotting away, getting ready for things.
just making notes.
Zelly, what are you up to?
I'm gonna go to the cupboard under the stairs and pretend I don't exist because all my ideas were shot down.
Zelly goes and cries.
Got it.
As per usual. Nvidia?
Fill out my adventuring license with the alias Nitra Deepfern. It's Nytra Deepfern D-E-E. I'm sorry, D-E-E-P F-I-R-N.
Interesting.
Thank you, madam.
Filled out my license with my name.
Thank you.
because I don't need to use another name. Nobody knows me around here.
Yeah.
I'm unknown. And I'm gonna go which would be closer, Melman's or Voodoo?
Melman's.
I'm gonna go talk to
Because the gate is right next to them.
Beautiful. Yeah, go to fucking.
You're gonna
Melman's
head
and
that way. As you're crying under the stairs, did you come up with an alias?
I did. It's gonna be Charlie. Charlie Sunny Smith.
God.
Go home.
None of the viewers know why that's so funny.
It's gonna work.
Perfect. Those are
Your
basically
sunny
all
disposition.
of the characters that I've played D&D, just combined into one beautiful name. So
Nice.
for the viewers who haven't seen the off streams,
Well, yeah.
we've got like one viewer who has.
Oh, okay.
If he's watching.
If he's watching.
If they're around, whoever you may be.
One of them better be. Otherwise, I'll kick his ass when I get home.
You're the only one leaving then. Everybody else just kind of content with their day and hanging around.
Yeah, crying under the
Breaking
stairs.
down tables and shit.
Content
Yeah,
with your day.
I'm gonna start trying to create barrels and things and
Sure.
do the.
So if
Water
you want
in the
to wait until after I like finish writing up my report, I'll go with you, because like if it comes to it that like you want to intimidate people, I'm your guy.
Not when you're disguised as a crotchety old man.
See, that's the thing. I walk in with him and they think, oh, it's just some crotchety old man, and then he's like, actually, this is my muscle, and then I'm like, sup.
No, it's cool. This is a purely diplomatic.
Captain.
The intimidation comes later. You
Got
remember the plan with the noose and Bob before he was brutally murdered? That kind of intimidation.
See,
where it's
got it.
Like mob hit intimidation.
We have to find
Got
another
it.
troll.
Yeah.
got it.
Apparently, we need to find another troll.
No, okay, that's what fucked up the original plan.
And that's where it went south the first time.
Not doing that anymore.
I mean, it depends.
We'll see.
So you head out just out of town, cross by the gate, no problem. And sure enough, yeah, Melvin Brewing Company is right there. The door's open. There's some lights on from inside. Little hustle and bustle as there's a couple of folk going in and out. You walk in. There's a young lady behind the desk, and she goes, "Welcome to Melvin. How can I help you?"
Oh, I'm new businessman here in town is looking to speak with your boss, or if you're the boss, I'll speak with you, I guess.
Oh no, I'm not the boss. No, I'm just working up front today. Right this way, sweetie. And she takes you over towards the back end and shows you into a room, and she says, just, wait here in this little waiting room for a second if you want to taste. There's a couple of samplers that we set out fresh. And
Yeah, absolutely taste the samplers. I'm not usually a drinker, but I have to know.
it's pretty good beer. They make some pretty good beer, and they got one good whiskey.
Gotta make this work.
After a little while, a rather young man, maybe 20, 25, comes in and sits down, and he goes, yeah, hey, I'm Melman Jr. It's nice to meet you.
Hey, Melman, how are you? Haraway.
Haraway. Oh, okay, that's an interesting name. I like that. I was told that you're a new business in town, looking to do business dealings, looking for buying product.
Yeah, I've heard you're one of the top breweries here in town. You get around a lot. You got quite the reputation for yourself.
Oh, well, thank you.
We're kicking up the Brew Brothers in there, and I saw that you were
that old abandoned place right in the smack middle of town.
Yeah, right in the strip there.
Oh, well, shoot, that's good real estate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm told. I saw that you've got a plot opened up for the festival coming up.
Yeah. Usually we, right on the main area, we sell 6-packs and travel kegs. And then a lot of times, some of the outfitters for some of the army folk and whatever lesser nobility, come by and whatever. Sometimes they'll buy a keg or two, if they're in a good mood.
So how's about a business proposition between the two of us that could benefit us both greatly there? How's about you don't go to the festival under Melbourne's, right? You sell your brews to us. You send your lads with us to the festival. We split the profits, and then you sell exclusively to us to sell in the bar.
You want an exclusivity deal?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to sell my kegs to lesser nobility or anything like that.
You could. At that point, I would expect a little bit of the profit, but you'd be getting extra profit from our bar. You get part of the shares. We would have more manpower. We'd have more transportation processing. We have a spot on the strip, as you said.
I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you, buddy. You guys haven't even opened the bar yet.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And you've got real estate outside
to,
of town. I don't know what you're getting at here.
I'm not at all willing to sign an exclusivity deal with that. The hefty majority of people live outside of town. You've got prime real estate. Don't get me wrong. I'm more than happy and more than willing to sell my ale to you. But I most certainly could not sign an exclusivity deal, especially at this point. I'm still trying to grow my business. My dad started this up, and shoot, it's hard making money.
What's your monthly profits looking like?
Oh, during the good season, we pull in maybe 20 gold a week. Poor season, closer to 10, 15-ish.
And how much of that hits your pockets personally?
Oh, I don't pay myself too terribly handsomely. I've got a small place built on the back lot there, and I'm just trying to build right now.
So how'd you say, I put $200 or 200 gold pieces in your pocket for the exclusivity deal right now?
That's a lot of money.
Just under 2 years worth of good profit. And we would sell through you still in the state fairs and stuff.
Yeah.
And you would be able to, you would then take on management of all of our purchase orders from out of town.
Yep. We pay the lion's share of the tax and whatnot, and
And for all that extra responsibility, you're taking some of my profit and how much of the say in the business. It kind of sounds like you're trying to buy out my business.
You could be the head honcho, run whatever you'd like down here, as long as we've got that exclusivity deal. I've had some of your samplings out here, and you make a mighty fine brew. That's more than what we're capable of, but we have the locations for more profitable folk inside the walls.
I do suppose what you say has some warrant to it, and the coin you're flinging around isn't light. You get the bar opened up, and we see some good profits, and we see some good traffic for the first 2 months. I'll sign that deal with you.
Of course, here's he starts counting them out. 50 gold pieces, just to keep us in mind until then.
Well, I'll be keeping you well in mind. and I'll stock you up for these first, or at least the first month outright.
Right, perfect. Then you know, pleasure doing business with you.
When do you want stuff starting to show up?
We've got
When do you plan on opening?
renovations going throughout the week, so we say started next week.
I'll put some stuff aside.
Perfect. Well, I'll see you then. Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. And you leave. He's
I
just
just
kind
love
of like.
the picture that like that's how the captain walks everywhere.
He's like,
Where's our NPC who's supposed to be a bartender?
Oh, he went back to town and he's gonna come back.
he took the horse back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the horse was just on loan and not quite bronze. There's not a lot of horses,
Yeah.
but you guys could rent one here in town relatively easily.
Gotcha.
So he was returning Bloodfist horseback, and then he's coming back with new news and stuff. If there's anything going on.
What news from the north?
What news from the front? Hey, Johnny will be back. You get back relatively late in the day. You guys close out, end with what you're doing, go to bed. You get upstairs, and it is an absolute mess. Harway's hammock is good. Nothing wrong with any
walk
of
through
it.
the room,
Yeah.
shut my door. You hear the lock click.
Everything else is odd bedrolls strewn about the place. Bunk beds knocked over and scooted around. Bedding everywhere.
My queen size bed, I would assume, is too large for Kenosi to be.
No, the mattress was flipped.
Damn it. Well, I'll put
And as you guys go upstairs, Kenosi is there, just kind of hanging around. He's juggling a little bit.
You never told him to come back downstairs.
And as you guys like look upon the destruction,
Why
he
didn't
just
you tell me
points
you
at
had to go
Uzel.
upstairs?
I point back at him.
And she goes, "Come on, you know me. It was him.
Were you guys? What?
Come on, you know him. It was him.
I was playing catch.
No,
with
nobody invited
Uzel,
me.
And Uzel started going absolutely wild and throwing everything around.
And you didn't invite me. I was downstairs filling out paperwork.
You're filling
While
out
you were
paperwork?
doing
I thought you were
this?
handling the lady whose birthday it was.
Oh
Whose
yeah, she
birthday?
went home.
Oh,
She was kind of boring.
did we have cake? Is there any leftovers?
No, she was really boring. We didn't have any cake.
Oh, the cakes are so good.
Well, we'll just have to make some.
We're gonna get a cake tomorrow?
Sure.
Bet.
You better get him that fucking cake.
Yeah. I get Kenosi whatever he wants.
I am going to.
I'll put my bed back together and
Yeah.
just go sleep.
Yeah.
Ours is fine. It's in the rafters.
Yeah, yours is
We're
good. Your
good.
little nest is fine up,
Yeah.
up in the rafters.
Literally just gonna grab like my pillow in the bed, like get
Yeah.
my bed again. Fuck the rest of the mess. And Sally does it clean.
It's beneath her.
Barbarians, the lot of you.
You guys sleep tonight. How early do each of you tend to wake up?
When the crow crows.
Yeah, we get up pretty early.
I would assume that like I wake up pretty early because I get in like a solid workout.
You
in the
do a
morning.
good like pre sunrise workout routine
Exactly.
deal.
Sally's gonna sleep
He's
until
sleeping.
someone wakes her.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little while after sunrise, right as you're kind of finishing up your first couple of reps downstairs, there's a knock on the door.
Hey, Martin, he's just kind of kicking shit aside as he goes through the top there.
You open the front door, and it's the young lad from the other day. He's got a couple of guys, and he's like, "Ready for us to get to work then?"
Yeah, yep. Come on in. Yep.
Yeah, and he goes and he starts showing the guys around. He goes, "We're not going to be too in anybody's way, I hope."
Yeah, they're not doing
Really
anything.
directing it more like you're not going to be in our way, I hope.
Yeah, we should be out of office for most of the day, so.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Well, yeah, everything's safe here with us. We're a very professional crew, and you know where to find our boss otherwise.
That's sus. That's so sus.
Yeah, I do. We hope you guys are smart enough to not cross strangers then, and good luck with the works there. Let me know if you run into any problems.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, and they just start going and tearing things up and getting to work.
Did you lock the trapdoor and stuff?
I say before they do that, or like as they start getting set up, I'll go downstairs. I'm taking the Brew Queen's book and putting it in my office, and
Yeah.
I'll lock the door.
Yeah, good call. You're just hanging out downstairs when all these guys appear and start just filling the place. more or
no,
less
so-
with gear. Or did you go on like, a morning run?
No, so I would imagine that like I was doing my workout in the garage area.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Do you do any jogging and stuff? Or?
No, because I'm not disguised and I haven't gotten this adventurer's license yet, and that's too many questions.
Yeah.
So I guess I am going to ask the captain before we head out. Like, I'll like open the garage door and like sneakily like wave him towards me, because like I'm not trying to get them to.
Yeah, now
gaze at the
that you're
pawn,
trapped in the garage.
Exactly. And I'll try to get this disguise going again, because I have a couple more things I need to do before I can wander
Get it painted
about.
back up and everything.
Haven't had my morning apple juice yet. Why don't you just hang out there for a bit and we'll get it right. Why do we even need to do it? You got your papers. Let's just go down to the office with me, turn them in.
I need to figure out if they know my face here or not before I turn in this.
Who's
adventure.
gonna remember a mug like that?
The various Vikels that I told to go fuck themselves.
I've seen toads with better faces. Come on.
So.
Don't you insult Cupcake like that.
Yeah, so if we can get this disguise going, and then I can get a little more info to see how entwined the Vikels are in this area, and then mosey on. Like, if it gets determined that like they don't really have like too much of a fucking presence here, then I would assume that this Jeff guy, who is the head honcho, wouldn't know my face, because in order to get this adventurer's license, I had to have a personal meeting with the guy, and if I go into that meeting and he just knows exactly who I am, then that's kind of gonna pose a problem.
I tell you what, right? I'll do like some basic, some complexion. I'm not doing the full face again or the get up. All right, let's take too long.
Just a cloak. I got this.
It's a fucking tarp is what it is.
I'm a large man. That might actually put me above 10. Oh, it does. That's an 11.
Plus 2.
23.
All right, yeah, you do them up. It's not as convincing as yesterday, as you're tired and lazy. It looks all right. Looks pretty good. What's your morning routine look like?
So, I have to go get Kenosi a cake, and I want him to go with me so he can pick it.
It's great. Let the exotic animals run around in the mainland.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be
How
good
do you
time.
go about doing that?
But first, I think with whatever mattresses are on the ground,
Yeah,
we're gonna like line
so
them up so we can jump
incognito.
around.
We could shave him and say he's an ugly child.
Yes,
We
please.
killed you and said you're an ugly child.
I am an ugly child. It saved my life once.
Just set up kind of a little obstacle course on the bunk beds and things,
Yeah,
and
you
whoever's knocked
Ninja
over.
Warrior
and,
a little bit.
Yeah, do that in the morning, and then we'll go get the cake.
Okay, yeah, you two head out together. After a little bit, you're still out cold.
Oh, if they're gonna be fucking
We're monkeying
in the
around,
room, and
yeah.
that would wake me.
Would it? Okay, you're that light of a sleeper.
How much did you drink last night?
That's a good question.
Roll
Is it
for it.
Sally?
You were
Roll for
crying
it.
in the stairwell earlier.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wake up.
She's fine.
I
Yeah.
wake up. Yeah. So I wake up with like the fluffy hair, and I
Absolutely
hear them
frizzed.
excitedly chattering about cake, and I'll just be like, "There's a sweet shop." Then I roll back over.
Are you gonna show us?
Yeah. Eyes are all puffy, climbing out of bed.
Killer headache.
Yeah, you get yourself put together.
Kenosi knows how to braid hair.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Monkey knows how to
Yeah.
braid
Yes.
hair.
Yeah.
Please tell me he's the one that like re-ups my cornrows every time they start getting
He would.
frizzy.
Come on,
Yes.
muffins are always like grooming each other. Let them groom each other. You think he
That's
wouldn't do that for you
perfect.
guys? He
Fucking
absolutely
love
would.
that. He's my favorite. He's my fucking favorite.
I know, me too.
If we get into a position where like the entire party's like
Save
about
Kenosi,
to
yeah.
die, I'm gonna save Kenosi.
Absolutely, we're on the same page.
He's the fucking boy.
If I had you and Kenosi both in one arm over a cliff and I had equal strength to pull the both of you up, I would let go of you to make sure.
That's okay.
Just to make sure I got Kenosi safe.
It's fine. I have slow fall. I'll live.
You guys do yourself up and you go over to the farmer's market, to that little stall of sweets you saw earlier. There are no baked goods here. Everybody's looking really weird at Kenosi though.
I wonder why.
The kids are looking like really excited. It's like, no wait,
sucks.
I don't understand what's going. Stop.
I don't know what that is.
I see teeth and that's all I need. Is that a butt? I can't.
Got a bright pink butt.
So you're gonna need to do most of the talking, but I feel like, hey, came through this area earlier. I saw you guys. You don't have chocolates, which is fine.
What's chocolate?
Nothing. Do you guys like make cakes?
Oh yeah, this little simple stand here. I don't have an oven to do any baked goods or anything like that. You're gonna want to head down to Joanne's Bakery. It's just down the main road, southways a little bit. You can't miss it. Real nice, kind of rosewoody sign.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, she's great. Have a great day. You guys want any honey strings?
What's that?
It's it's a honey flower base, and you twist it around, you string it out a whole bunch of times. It comes out kind of like it's a little thicker than hair, and he kind of does some up and shows you.
That sounds great.
It's just a cute little sweet treat deal. It's a 2 copper piece for a little box here.
Kenosi, what do you think?
Honey.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, we'll take 2 boxes.
What?
Yeah, great. Yeah,
You don't like
3 boxes. We'll take 3 boxes.
chops
you
up a
don't like
couple
leather,
things.
but you'll take honey.
Yeah.
Serves them kind of like McDonald's fries.
Honey doesn't kill the bee. Oh, sometimes it does.
It's just
but we
slavery
try
with
to
extra
avoid that.
steps. Yeah, I've seen the Bee movie. I know what
I've seen B-movie. I know exactly about the honey industry.
those bastards.
Oh fuck.
You use a
He
bear.
gives you guys a box each. They're just kind of set up in like McDonald's fry style things, even though they're a lot thinner.
Solid.
A bee's natural enemy to put the honey in? Do you know what bears are like?
Yeah, NVIDIA, you didn't ask how this honey was sourced.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at you.
Listen.
You gone soft.
You gone soft.
Bobby got to her.
Civilization's made you weird.
Civilizations.
You guys don't even know where I come from, okay?
I know exactly
Standing
where
in
you
it.
come from.
This captain knows exactly.
I picked you up.
We fought off pirates because of you. We know where you come from.
No, they were the
That's
druids.
offensive. They were pirates.
They were the druids. It's fine.
You guys head
Oh,
south
God.
down the main road, back past the bar, and sure enough, not a couple of houses, not a couple of businesses down, you see this nice kind of pink wood. It's got a couple roses carved in it. Joanne's Bakery. You guys head through the front door. There's a young woman, no older than 22, hanging out behind this nice little wood stand with all kinds of different baked goods. She's got an apron on, a little oven going in the back. She just goes, "Oh, welcome. Is he friendly?"
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you have cake.
Well, yeah, that's one of my specialties around here, for sure.
Wonderful.
Don't worry about a leash then or anything like that if he's
Oh,
good.
he never has a leash.
Oh, well, must be real friendly then. Whatever he is.
Leashes are a sign of oppression.
Yeah.
Come on in. What can I, so cake is what you guys are after? Did you want like a fruit pie style, or were you looking just for a sweet cake?
Well, coconut is his favorite, but I don't know if you're gonna have any of that.
I've seen coconut come through town but once in my life. if you head towards Ironshire, that's where all that stuff gets traded. But I'm a very small. I just own and operate and live in this business here. So.
That's fine. What about cherry?
Yeah. I do still have some cherry preserve from last fall, and it's still very good. I keep it as fresh as possible, of course. It does very well in the mash. They come out a little better in the pies than they do in the cakes, but if you want a cake, I can do one up for you very easily.
He definitely wants a cake.
Fantastic. I will. I'll get that going. It would be 2 silver pieces for a full size. Of course, if you're just looking for a slice, I bet I could find.
No, he wants a full size.
He is in.
Kenosi.
Oh, okay. Sure, man. Whatever. Yeah, she goes and starts getting some things together. It'll take maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes to bake or so. In the meantime, do you guys want some coffee or?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Good, because I don't actually have any coffee. That exist around
so
here.
Disappointed.
We have a basic black tea kind of drink. That's a usual local thing in the mornings. Or you could have a breakfast beer. I source from Voodoo Ranger. They're all right.
Take a breakfast beer.
Yeah, she goes and
We
gets
have
you.
our own liquor.
Draft.
We have our own bar.
Is how many copper?
But you think I want to use that
It was
right
2
now?
silver.
Oh, so now you're suddenly against drinking your own fucking product.
You can't get high off your own supply.
It's a copper piece for the light.
Okay.
And it's just this super light wheat beer.
It's not
Should talk up our business while you two are there. No.
So you
We're here for
guys,
cake. Yeah, we're here for cake.
you guys
I'm
new
not a
in town?
businesswoman.
I haven't seen you
We're
around.
business partners, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I would have thought,
I
if you
haven't
bring him
collected my
around
share
everywhere,
from
that
the
I would
other
have seen
two,
at
so-
least you. some.
So I haven't
I'd
collected my
remember
share
that.
Oh
from the
no,
other
we
two,
just
so.
moved in.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
What brings you to town?
So we're reopening the what was it called? The brewery.
Yeah.
Did
Something
inn
about
or
an
something?
inn?
It wasn't really an inn.
Brew Brothers?
Good God.
Just
Yeah.
like three buildings down, the Brew Brothers.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, if you can't remember it, you might want to think about changing the name.
Oh, I thought
Say
about changing
again.
the name. I think
The name is
So we're
terrible.
Babbling Baboon sounds great.
What's a baboon?
Kenosi's place has a nice ring to it.
Kenosi's your buddy's name.
Yeah.
I was thinking more something along the lines of like booze here.
Very
that's-
simple, straightforward.
That's pretty simple. Just make sure that whatever you name it, you don't name it anything along the lines of like wheels or wagons, because there's the rolling wheel just up north towards the divide, and the wagon wheel bar is to the south, and people get the two of them confused constantly.
Get it?
My grandma used to work there.
So no wagon or wheels
I just wouldn't recommend it.
rocking me or anything, we'll
Unless-
just keep going.
Unless something should happen to those places.
What's the divide?
I'm more than willing to strong
Oh,
arm some
sorry.
people for
It's
you.
the fork in the road, right at the south, right at our kind of tail end of the poison swamps, right where the Great Bridge crosses
Poison
over to
swamps?
Ironshire. Yeah, the poison swamps that come out of Leadshire.
I'm completely new to the area. What's
Leadshire's the next nearest town, and if you follow around the poison swamps, that's where the other fork goes. It's the closest city to the actual Great Divide, which is the cliffside that separates our lands here from the barbarians to the east's lands. We're on the top end of this wonderful monocline, I think is what some rock nerd that came in told me way long ago. He was trying to flirt, but I'm just not into the sciencey types. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with Leadshire. I've never been. I've heard that it's a very strange place. Lots of people go there for gambling and stuff like that. And yeah, the poison swamps literally just like flow out of that city and
do
just.
they emit poison or have they been poisoned?
I think the town was named after a lead mine, and I thought there was an accident several thousand years ago. And since then, the natural groundwater's just been tainted.
This is terrible. No one's done anything about this?
Well, people have tried, but it's a very
People try
difficult
hard
place to get into. And of course, with the war going on, any magically adept individuals usually wind up, to the effort.
Okay. How far away are the poison swamps from here?
Oh, it's the actual fork in the road's maybe just a couple hours north, and then the actual swamps themselves maybe a day's trip to the start of the bridge. Haven't had any carts coming in from Ironshire lately though, so maybe there's something going on. Maybe they got some repairs or something. I don't know.
Thank you.
You single-handedly solve this question.
But yeah, so that's what's on the north end of things. Of course, to the south end, there's the couple, holdings around, and then you go south and there's not quite Bronze, but that's just not safe to go to anymore, unfortunately.
That's where we came from, actually.
Really, you came from those slummy areas, fleeing from the criminals that hold it, kind of thing, or whatever.
Oh, we're just, kind of adventuring around.
Oh, you're adventurers.
Mhm.
Oh, that's lovely. I've heard that there was actually a great need for adventurers to actually kind of make their way south. So many of them that get licensed up in Ironshire just stay up and around there and usually go into the Iron Mountains and play with the dwarves and whatever up there, I guess. It's nice to see some folk finally making their way down here because God knows the guard ain't solving our problems.
You have problems with the guard?
No, I mean, for king and country, they're just fine around here. Most of the lads are very kind, if not a little forward.
Men.
But, life is a pretty girl, I suppose. But no, what I mean is, the king let an entire city just fall out of his control.
So I don't think that'll stop you.
And during wartime, peasant uprisings and stuff, it's just not the time to try to change things politically, I guess. You got to handle the home front, make sure that everybody's safe first, and then we can handle how they're safe, I guess.
That makes sense. Kind of. How long on the cake?
Oh, well, I've got it all mixed up here. I'm putting it in the oven right now. And she scrapes out some coals from this brick oven and puts the cake in, lets it start baking and rising and everything.
I assume you get a decent amount of business, maybe some higher end clientele coming through here.
Well, I have the nicest bakery in the area for sure, yeah. If anybody's coming through for any kind of artisan breads or specialty baked goods, they have to come through me.
Do you happen to know
Hire
Ken
her as well.
of the Dragon House?
That's your deal.
Ken?
House Dragon, the royal house?
Yeah, has he ever bought anything here? Or sent someone to buy something here?
Ken specifically of Dragon House?
Yeah.
Gosh, I think maybe a couple of years ago he was in town for the festival. I don't think he's came through since. I only opened up maybe 2 years ago, so no, I haven't had anybody of Dragon House come through my way. I have had a member of House Reclusive come through. She was odd, but paid fair and kept complaining about how the city smelled. But that's what happens when you live in Silvershire, right next to the capital, I suppose. Is us peasant folk offend the nostrils.
Is the capital called Goldshire?
Yes.
That's
It's kind of all the conversation you guys have.
yeah.
You sit around, you sip at your breakfast beer and everything, and eventually the cake is made. You pay. She boxes it up and hands it over. Well, do come back, and if he ever gets a hankering for cake again, I'm your gal.
Great. Thanks, Joanne.
Yeah, have a good one. You guys just head back up.
Who the fuck is Ken?
Don't you wish you knew?
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be so mean to Zelly.
I figured you blathered enough away of your life story that I would have heard by now.
I had the exact same question. I was like, who the fuck is Ken?
She didn't read my notes.
What are you up to? Now that you've got a little done up, you guys are.
We're going to the place to turn in the papers.
Before that happens, I am going to just wander about town, and maybe if I can get the captain to come with me, because he's much better at this whole talking thing than I am, especially because I'm a dirty hobo. So if we could just try to gather some info from the villagers and whatnot, just trying to figure out like how much presence House Vikel has here, so I
Sure.
can kind of determine if they made their way back here and was like, hey, look out for this half-orc guy.
Sure, yeah. Some kind of investigative appropriate role.
Before that, are you two gonna pay your dues for the 200 gold coin?
You didn't ask me.
Yeah, you didn't ask us, so fuck
Okay.
no.
Cool.
All right. Captain.
If you ask me, yes.
50-50 shares.
Beautiful.
When you see me, I'll pay you.
Alright.
We will,
Yeah, I'll help you keep an ear around or whatnot if you tell me what your business is with them.
oh, fuck.
Nah.
Quid quo pro, my friend.
Tragic backstory time.
I can turn into a squid.
I've been known to grease a couple of palms or two, get some information.
Don't say anything to anybody.
Hey, also known to keep a secret.
Good.
I got that one from the Isles, didn't I? Or from Scandinavia. And the other one from the place.
So, I may or may not be a member of House Vikel, exiled years ago, and, for lack of better words, am here for vengeance.
Vengeance, the big VA. That's a hard one.
V for Vendetta.
He's like updating your profile from the ship on his hand. Stoic and mean, works out, House Vikel, vengeance in big letters.
I just imagine this like tiny halfling man with like all this information, just
Little
tiny scribbles.
He's like, I'm totally taking this to my diary tonight.
I just go on the diary, just kind of.
Just stamp it.
Like a silly putty transfer.
It's backwards so that only I can read it. Right?
Fucking
Backwards
beautiful.
code.
Fucking beautiful. Oh god.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Your business is your own. I'll help you out with it. I just wanted to know what I was getting myself into.
Much appreciated.
It's a little palm greasing.
Hopefully it doesn't come to the coin palm grease, and I'm running a little low at just under 800 gold pieces.
We're kind of talking around.
Well, you've got places that you know about because you did a walkabout. What's where do you want to start? Who do we want to ask first?
We should probably head towards the east side first.
East side is the nice side.
East side is I have east side as the slums.
I also have west side as the nice side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it supposed to be the other way around?
Oh yeah, sorry. West side is the nice side. East side is the slums. East side has the nice wall.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
I was like,
I was thinking defensive structures.
Yeah.
So there are more guards about that way, but like I feel as if the poorer folk would be more inclined to share information. Or we can go to the west side, less guards, more guards on the street, but more posh
Higher
people.
clientele would know more about higher classes
Side
of
story.
people.
Are we the Jets or the Sharks?
well, unfortunately, I don't think the impoverished people of the slums there are going to know too much about your illustrious clan there. So let's head up to the nicer side. I haven't been down there yet, and I look good, and you look.
I don't smell like shit, so we'll be fine. I just look like. Just say I'm your.
I just look like shit.
You're his vassal.
Say I'm your grandfather? Question mark. But
No.
you're very small,
No,
so that
not
probably
playing this
won't work.
I've had to pretend to be a child too many times in my life.
Did you guys head outside the gate and around to that west side, or do you hang out inside
Let's
the walls?
Find a brothel.
Outside the walls it is.
Smart.
You guys head out and start kind of looking around.
He's pimping you out.
Not too far down to the west, just past
I'm
Melman
an old
Brewing.
man right now. I don't think people
You
want
find
me.
a massage parlor, pretty sus.
Pretty sus.
Massage parlor, wink. wink.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes!
And this is on the west side?
Yep.
So there it
Southwest
is.
side.
Southwest, got it.
Better one. Beautiful. Okay. Let's try to get us in first here, right? We all know what massage parlor means. Maybe the BV boys has a bit of their hands in this, and they can get us in that way.
Makes sense.
Let's go talk to the lady at the front desk. Pop on in.
Yeah, you go in, this lady, very heavy makeup, very done up. She goes, "Ah, yes, hello you two, welcome. Looking to relax, maybe take a load off?"
Unfortunately, we're here for business instead of pleasure. I say in thieves' camp.
Kind of nods and goes, "Right. You know, you can always just go to the guild's main office."
Right. You know, we're here for a bit more sensitive information of your clients rather than the business itself.
What do you wish to ask the girls?
Yeah, we need to know. So it was House Vikels are running about, or people who might run in their circles.
Oh, asking the girls after nobility. Well, if there's anywhere in town, I suppose here would be it.
Biggest brain is.
Big brain. I like it. I
And
like it.
how do
That's why I went to
you
the red
plan on
district in the Underdark.
paying for this information?
Well,
I will like.
You might be cute, lad, but
yeah.
Oh shit!
That's
They're
all
speaking
right
of
in the
thieves'
business.
camp.
I
don't
turn
know.
to you and I go,
All right, bet I'll pull. How much does she? How much does she want?
"That's not. You never asked that question, right?"
How much information do you want? That's the question.
Start medium and work your way high if it doesn't work.
So
Don't give him an insulting offer, but don't give him something insanely out high.
So gold is like
It's pretty valuable.
gold's pretty valuable. Let's.
It's relatively, but you have to understand as well. These are prostitutes on the nicer side of town. They're probably well accustomed to gold.
25 to 50 would be a good starting point, I
Yeah,
guess.
I would start probably closer to 50.
Gross. Sure. I'll hand him
50 gold pieces?
Yeah.
She
Better
kind of
give me
looks
the
over the check.
information.
She like hefts it a little bit, looks at it, and goes,
We were never here.
"Of course. Have you been to the main Thieves Guild office yet?"
Is that not the lads outside doing the firemen?
No, it's inside of town, just over by the large gap in the wall.
Oh, by the gap in the wall.
It's a
then.
couple residential, you know, it's the apartment complexes strung together, and then there's a small tailor shop right out of the bottom.
Oh, gotcha.
Go in and ask for silk underwear, they'll know what you're after.
Perfect.
As for Vikel specifically, give me a minute. And she walks through to the back. You hear a couple muffled conversations, and she comes out with a book and kind of flips through a couple different pages here and there, and she says, "Yeah, as far as interaction with the Vikels, about 2 months ago, a member of House Vikel moved through here, went under Chris the Magnificent Mage."
Do you know Chris the Magnificent Mage?
Aye.
Right?
All I have written down here in the notes is loved shooting the shit about how incredible his magic was.
Sounds about right.
Strong affinity towards illusions. And bought a horse at the Exquisite Esquitarian.
That was 2 months out.
2 months ago, yes.
So did he come in alone?
He was with a detail, but he came here alone.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't have any noble friends in town then.
There is no nobility in town, no.
Perfect.
Well, right. Jeff, technically. But he's not a member of like a royal house or anything.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, as far as like relatives go in noble houses in this area, I'm assuming you guys aren't terribly from around here. That's not necessarily a thing. The houses like House Vikel are usually very big military families. Houses like the Rams are very big in economics in different places. And so it all just kind of depends on the wealth of your family, and that's where the nobility feel comes from. However, like as far as the king goes, the king doesn't have any cousins or anything like that. And so Jeff up in the Bailey, he's just a military official. He just goes under the Baron title. It's just a self-appointed formality.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it makes it easier for us peasant folk to talk about.
We appreciate your candor with such a thing. Give us a drop. We're going to be opening up the Brew Brothers in here about a week.
Reopening that old place inside town.
Yeah, we were going to
I
have
wish that they would allow our business in there. I was looking at buying a new building, but if they won't allow us inside the walls, there just wouldn't have been a point.
Well, if you ever need a place to do business, drop me a line once we get up and running, and we can see what we can do.
You're looking at doing business like that, so you're going to have some under-the-table work going?
Oh, there's a lot of under the table work. Trust me, we got so many tables in there.
She giggles at that one.
We have so many tables in there.
So we can work out. We got plenty of room.
Oh fuck.
Well, most fantastic. Most
We have
fantastic.
plenty of room with plenty of beds.
When you guys get opened up, maybe I'll maybe I'll send someone by to make a pass.
Like, perfect. We'll get him in. You can make a room up for him. It's fine. What's your name again, Dole?
I gotta come up with a name.
Janet.
Janet.
Janet, it is.
Janet Janetson.
I'm Janet, sweetie.
Janet. Front desk, red light lady. Perfect. Well, you know, it's a pleasure. Well, maybe he's got a run of the mill with the flirtatious type, so maybe you'll see him around again.
We can give them a code word.
Got anyone with pink hair?
The old hunchback man in the cloak.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Talking about me.
Spry for an old man, huh?
Oh, I still have to get you two back for that. Thank you for reminding
Yeah, you know,
me.
he gets around pretty well.
Oh. Well, if you're ever in need of services, you know where to come. Pink hair?
Yeah, pink.
I suppose it could be arranged.
Perfect.
It's a rather odd request somewhere like around here, but we do what we can to please our clientele.
Perfect. But, you know, say...
Can I like hit the captain upside the head when he
We're
says
speaking
that?
of thieves' camp, my friend.
God damn it! That's what I'm talking about.
You're just standing there like, I too am participating.
Cool. Yeah, we'll head on back.
Yeah, you guys.
We're gonna go to the Bailey.
Yeah, fuck it. And then I'll like.
You do also know that Chris bought a horse from the Exquisite Esquitarian, which is just up the road from here. You had passed that by yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to go talk to them then?
I mean, they wouldn't really be able to give me a whole lot of information other than like what type of horse that he got, because it was 2 months ago, and like when we saw him, it was less than a month ago. So like.
He hasn't been around then.
Yeah, he has been around, and that's what I was mainly concerned about.
So should we wash off your face before going to the office? It could look
Aye.
kind of odd if we just walked in and then you went, "I'm an orc."
Yeah.
You guys head back to the bar then?
Yeah.
You two hanging out at
Scrub
the
up.
bar after you get your cake?
Mm-hmm.
Before you guys get there, there's a knock at the door.
Someone gently rapping in my
I'm
jeans.
gonna
Gentle
answer
rap,
the door
tap, tap.
so
Okay.
that they don't see a monkey and
Oh no, we're sitting at the bar eating. He's eating the cake. I'm not eating the cake.
I'm still
Kenosi's just like
opening the
fixed.
door.
Yeah, you open the door to a bright bush of pink hair.
Hey, the girl!
How's the
girl's
leg?
here!
It's fantastic.
Oh, good. Glad you like it. It's one of my best works. How's it going? And she just like walks in.
It's going really good.
Took so long to track you guys out. I'm just kidding. I planned to track her on you a long time ago. Kenosi's had it in his back pocket this whole time.
Wait, Kenosi has pockets?
Doesn't he
By
have
planted, I mean I handed it to him. He's a good lad, and they just like fist bump as she walks by.
Well, as long as Kenosi's okay.
I love it. Kenosi's the boy.
Yeah, Uzo's looking for you. You're gonna be hanging around for a little bit?
Who's looking for me?
He is.
Well,
I can show you where his bed is upstairs.
Oh God!
That's
Oh
good.
God! It begins. Okay, it's fine.
actually, could you?
I'm gonna
Yes.
kick you.
I only got to like I
It's a
was
queen-size
working
bed.
so
You can
hard
get-
last
I'm going
time.
to kick
You can
your
bowl.
ass.
I only got to
That's
just
all I'm saying.
pose and appreciate. You know,
I do
I'd like a
have-
little more hands-on experience with some of your team.
Absolutely.
And I'm just frustrated too, so getting a little energy out wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I'll
Like
lead her
he cried
upstairs to
every
the bed.
Yeah, she just climbs in. She goes, so when's it gonna be back?
You know, they left a little while ago. Probably sometime soon.
She's not gonna make it past it, any of these construction workers.
She
These
eyeballs it.
construction workers cannot compare
But yeah,
to
she's
my bod. Okay.
she understands what like the stack is. She's getting the hierarchy here. She's like, soon?
Probably.
Good, he needs to be here soon. I've got just a lot of pent up frustration to work out, so my muscles are all tense. That guy was completely unreasonable. So yeah.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna go back downstairs and sit with Kenosi because I
Yeah.
want a piece of cake.
Not a few minutes later, you guys return.
Oozle, your girlfriend's here.
Oh, well, I guess you're not coming across the street anyway. I'm gonna head to the office then.
You go upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, May is just in the bed, and she's like, "Hey, oh,
Howdy.
yeah, hi, how's it going?
You know, it's
Could you get Oozle?
yeah, he'll be up here momentarily. He's gotta wash up.
Fantastic.
He
Is
looks
he
like an old man.
is he in a good mood?
Is he ever in a good mood?
Good answer.
I'm kind of into that though.
I'll be in the office. Don't.
Did he work out this morning though? He's got enough testosterone?
Does he ever not work out?
Perfect.
Well, you know, listen, the place is already destroyed, right? I'd like it to be in at least the condition it's in now by the time they come out that door and you guys are finished up.
Well, if I get this frustration out, I'll do you one better, and I'll loan you sweet baby number 5, and it'll just clean and set everything right for you.
It's a Roomba.
What are the chances that it's just gonna explode?
50-50.
Yeah, whatever. Just leave it next to the door.
Pretty good odds.
All right.
Blows up our new bar.
Oozle, you get your face paint out and everything in the garage. You go upstairs. Where are you going, bud?
So,
There goes the rest.
I
of
didn't
our
tell you
day.
where she was.
first and
Yeah.
foremost, when I walk through the door and she says your girlfriend's here, I'm, what the fuck do you mean?
Kenosi has cake if you want some.
Kenosi just grabs a handful of this cherry cake and just like hands towards you.
I would love to accept that, monkey boy, but I have to keep this pod.
You just like,
Give him a good thumbs up. And then, so you don't tell me that, like, it's May up there?
No.
Oh, okay, well, in that case, that's a damn shame, because I'm just going to wash up and head to the Bailey, because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you would have told me it was May, like, I have fucking words for her, but since I don't know that it's May, I don't know what the fuck they're
Is
talking
there a
about.
window in my office?
yes.
Do I see him leaving?
Would you have it open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking bolt then. I
Like-
assumed the day was over.
Yeah, you start like running out. No, it's still mid morning, maybe just past noon.
Good.
You start bolting out after him. You're not in disguise. People are looking at you very odd.
Oh yeah, I know, but like that's fine. I'm heading towards Bailey.
Yeah, as you're just kind of walking
And
out.
I'm gonna have like my plate armor on. I won't have a weapon just because like
Yeah.
I make people uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm like full armor, like skulls and everything, just marching up to the Bailey.
A guard approaches. He's got a spear. He's very well shaped, perfect teeth. It's Roy. He goes, excuse me, sir?
Indeed. How are you doing today? I'll extend my hand out to him.
I'm sorry, I might just be a little confused. Are you an orc?
I am. I'm here for an adventurer's license.
Where are you from?
Oh, from East. I'm not with the typical tribes, I guess you would call them.
How'd you get past the Legion wall?
I'm here for an adventurer's license.
No,
They pointed me over here.
how did you get to town? Past the military?
Well, they were fighting the tribes, and I'm not a part of the tribes.
Yeah, but I don't think you came from the east.
Just say you took a
You're very well spoken. Yeah, at this point you're like, you catch up to him. He's like, whoa, hold down there, child. Oh, stay back for a second. Terribly
Just call
sorry.
me.
Kneecaps.
Pulls out the dagger.
Terribly sorry about. No, you
Sorry,
you have
sorry.
very obviously not been to the front lines before.
Sorry.
Right, not a-
Sorry for the
not
mix up
with the
here.
orcs.
I used to run a business, with boats and whatnot, and ferrying folk. So we went up and around and came in from the west. So all the lad might have originally come from the east.
Where'd you dock?
It was some shithole out to the west. Not quite, I think.
You came from the south.
Yeah, and we just kind of walked from there. They weren't very the hospitable folk, so we just kind of.
That would explain why you're here and not registered.
We got our papers though to go register. We're on it right now.
Oh, well, that's good. I was gonna say you're gonna have to do something like that. I'm gonna have to just escort you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fine by me. You're just doing your job.
I'm Roy.
Our way.
Ulgan.
What?
That's fine.
I'm sorry. It's just a very unusual. One more time, please. I'm just trying to.
Ulgan.
Ulgan?
Close enough.
No, I want to get it right, man. Gone.
Yes.
Gone. Like far away.
Yes.
Like my ex-wife.
Yes.
Gone. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
that smile
This-
didn't save your marriage.
Right this way, guys.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, he starts leading you down the way.
Just towering over this man.
Not nearly as much as you would hope to.
He's near 7'8".
No, he is not, but he carries himself tall.
Beautiful. Beautiful. As we're going, I want to just like make conversation with him, as uncomfortable as it makes him. Just like asking about like his military life and like
It
who he
surprisingly makes
is.
him very not uncomfortable.
Beautiful.
He's very open-ended. I started my career, I was fast-tracked through office school out of Ironshire, where my family was based. Met the love of my life, married. We were trying for a kid when I graduated, and then I got sent out. I spent 7 years on the front lines. I was called the Lucky Squad. In the Legion, anytime we had front line duty, we would draw straws to see what squads would take up the front lines and which would take up the reserves. I always got the long straws, always on the reserves. And so some of my men made it back, besides me. But after the 7 years on duty, when I got back into town, I found out that my wife had divorced and remarried and had several
that
kids with another
bitch.
guy. Yeah, and took the house and every penny that I sent back to her. The military, gracious as they are, I suppose, gave me the ultimatum. I could go back to the front lines, keep my officers' pay and title and rank and all that jazz. Or I could head down somewhere quieter and more or less retire like I was planning to, and just kind of keep a simple guard detail. I keep all the benefits, including the dental, though, from the officers, which is phenomenal. And that's how I found my way here.
Heck yeah.
They have done.
Well, hey, after I get this whole adventurer license thing sorted out, maybe you and I could do some training together. Maybe I could show you some things you haven't seen before.
If you get licensed, perhaps we don't have a whole lot of adventures going through here, so the precedent as far as Baron Jeffrey's concerned is not necessarily set in stone. So we'd have to talk to him about the legality. And
Tell
the
me about this.
appropriateness.
Tell me about this Jeff fellow. I've heard a lot about him, and the consensus I've reached is a lot of people laugh at his title.
Well, he was given guard of Bronze Shire because his father Lonnie runs the garrison in Leadshire.
Ah, one of the military brats.
And he's half halfling, which nothing against halflings by any means. He just has picked up a little bit of that foolhardiness, I suppose. He thinks very highly of himself, and between you guys and me, he wouldn't have lasted a day out on the front lines. And so a lot of the more experienced military folk around look at him much closer to his actual station than what he thinks he is.
Yeah.
And this is the man that's gonna give me the adventurer's license.
This is unfortunately the only man in town legally able to give you the license. Yes.
Bureaucracy.
Well, that's what happens when you're 1/3 of a man. You know, big egos come with them. You ever spoken to a dwarf?
No, actually, they had them all removed from town well before I even got into military school.
Yeah, egos as stout as bulls on those ones.
I've heard. Wish I could have been around to see the older days, but you know, as it is.
Oh,
As it be.
it'd be like that sometimes.
With that, he takes you guys to the Bailey, and it is 10 o'clock. So we are going to call it for a night at that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and tune in next time to get some adventuring licenses and see what's all going on in town. Have a good one.
I love this.
Bye.